Premier Boyz, yeah. Yo, me and my team is the best in the world. You and your team looking stressed in the world. Said me and my team is the best in the world. Then you and your team looking stressed in the world. Yo, me and my team getting arrested by curves, and you and your team getting arrested by the curb. Me my nigga, oh, he ain't do shit except the robbery, nigga. He gon' do 6. Come through, bitch styled up with new kicks, penny flow ho, and I come with 2 chicks. Cause me and my team is the best in the world. Me and my team is the best in the world. Said me and my team is the best in the world. Best in the world, best in the world. Got a star on the sky, gentleman on the cup. And I know my team burns, we got sand in the cut. Ow. Premier Boyz.
Last time on the Premier Boyz podcast.
There you go. And y'all already know it's me, your boy Ken, Aka MrGentleman. I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in to the Premier Boyz podcast season 2. Like I said earlier, it means a lot for each and every one of us. And just want to say thank y'all. Thank you for, for my brothers, man. We had our back and forth. We had our ups and downs. But we got the season done, and I would not do it with anybody but them, man. Y'all my day ones, man. I love y'all, man. That's real, for the heart. I love y'all, man. We go through drama, but even when we do dramas, we always be brothers at the end of the day. So, just say I love y'all, man. When we started the idea for Premier Boyz back in 2018, we didn't know where we could go. And we originally was on in 2018, but this didn't happen. But then, a year later, September 11th, 2019, we started with us 3, and it was the start of it. Then a year later, we added the bro, Long Live the Chief, Malimal, to the group. Man, it felt complete. And it felt complete. Obviously, and we were going the right direction. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Through season 2, I lost my way. I lost my way to season 2 with this show and doing MrGentleman as well, and doing King Talk, and soon being a part of Roddy show, and also the Briz too. I tend to lose my way not only with myself but a lot of personal stuff, and out of everybody, I didn't take those days off at all. I didn't use my days off, course. But for the first few episodes of season 3, I will use that day off, course. It's not easy for me to do that. I am taking those days off, but sometimes you just gotta sit back and replan your strategy. So I will take a break for season 3. Not sure when I'm coming back. Who knows? I don't think it'll be a long break. I know me, it won't be a long break. But sometimes life is funny. You just never know when things will happen. But just know I'm still be here. I'll still be working with the fellas. I just won't be the host at the moment until things figure out.
Welcome to the Premier Boyz. It's your boy, the star Roddy Rod.
And it's your man's Aaron Sands. We are back with another one. You already know what it is. It's Premier Boyz Podcast Season 3. We are back at it again.
Long live the Chief. Already know what they call me. They call me Malimal. We are back as 3, rocking, rolling, 1/4 on the 1/4, baby.
Yes, and today we're discussing everything for the last year, 2022.
Yes. We got different topics, top 10 topics, top 10 songs for the year. Also, we got a very, very special pack it up session that you don't want to miss.
We are live, coming at you. So, what we're gonna do? I guess we're gonna start off, Roddy. We wanted to talk about what we've been doing this whole year.
Man, so 2022 has taught me a lot, bro. Like, tell you, man. What I realized, you can't expect different behavior from different people. You just gotta roll with the punches,
I'm hearing you.
So basically my 2022 year was kind of up and down. I was dealing with a medical condition that stopped me from enjoying my life to the fullest. So a lot of times I was homebound. I
Right.
had to do everything homebound. I was like, wait, why am I like feel like I'm in the pandemic again? I will like basically get up, go to work, come back to the crib. So like I was not do like outside activity like that. I wouldn't go to the club. I wouldn't go to special events out of the fact that I had medical reason not to go. And I tried to go out this summer. I went to Virginia and I was it was crazy because we was driving like Virginia's like 4 to 5 hours from here. So y'all know that shit was crazy. We had to make a lot of rest stops. And from there I realized, let me fall back. Cause me and my little sister was driving and we basically made I made a 4 hour trip, a 7 hour trip, bro. That shit was not nice.
Wait, how'd you do that?
We stopped like at every freaking state.
Oh, okay. I
Oh.
got you.
Cause I had to
Travel, bro.
shit. So yeah, so my 2022, had some rough points. I had a lot of problems with my supervisor, so I lost my job, He was such a dick, and he just threw me under the bus. I had a lot of stuff going on, but he wasn't playing his part. He wasn't coming in. We couldn't communicate, we just couldn't get along no more. So it was time for me to pack that up.
Pack it the
Pack
fuck
the
up.
fuck
man.
up.
Yeah.
But I was underemployed. I wasn't jobless. I was underemployed. So there was jobs I was doing. I was getting 20 hours, 25 hours, but it wasn't cutting it.
You'd be surprised how many people, like especially in the city, are like underemployed.
So I found a way. So I had to like fall all the way back. Your boy was eating ramen noodles and drinking water bottles the whole summer. Like, that was a struggle, man. That's what you got to do when you live on your own. You got to pay shit. So, yeah. But I bounced back. I ended up working. What was it? End of October. There we go. So I bounced back. I ain't really had too much of a love life, but I was smashing shorties here and there.
Roddy clapped out here in these streets.
Yeah.
Roddy out here clapping these streets.
Son said, "I'm gonna get it done regardless."
Facts. Anything ramen noodles, bro.
Yeah, bro.
In the club, out of club. My son Roddy bagging hoes with ramen noodles. This is crazy.
That's it. Chicken and
So
beef.
like since I was like homebound most of the year, like this fall, I started going back out because I miss going outside. So I started off slowly with after work spots, and it was a good thing to get back out there, start meeting people again. I started to meet a couple more new people this year, and I started to feel like myself again.
When you say feel like yourself, like
I'm a social person, so I can't go too long without talking to people and meeting new people. It's just what it's, yeah.
And everything you was going through kind of had you in
a box
like
stuff.
Yeah.
But you had to bounce back. You strong for that, bro. Promise you, are.
Bro. Not a lot of people sit there and come back from like a tough year like that,
Yeah, bro. And what was crazy is that everybody that I fucked with, like, I'm not even lying to y'all, close family members, a lot of girls that I had in my phone book popped up pregnant. No lie.
Oh, I seen that. There's a lot of people getting clapped up out here in these streets, having these kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody hitting that red button. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy out here in these streets.
It was crazy, boy. So like my ex, she got married and she had a baby. And then my cousin, she gonna send me the wedding photo. I'm like, nah, this shit crazy.
That's wild, bro.
That's real op behavior.
Yeah, like why would you
why would you do?
How dare you?
Like I'm not already fucked up. Like I'm not already feeling some type of way. You gonna send me the freaking wedding photo, bro? Like, come on.
Get it off your chest. Let them know how the fuck you feel, Roddy.
Exactly. She over there looking happy and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then like, come on now. Somebody want to see that.
I mean, P. Diddy made a song called "You Gotta Move On," so I was just trying to move on, like like the song say.
Not a P. Diddy song. What album was that? Like,
Gotta Move On, Puff Daddy. You mean Diddy?
You sure that was I Need a Girl too?
Oh no, I wasn't thinking about I Need a Girl. I was talking about this year.
Oh, I ain't hear that Move On song though. I ain't hear that shit. Nah.
That won't make it to the list later. Spoiler.
Yeah, that might have to get packed up too. I'm gonna add that shit right up on there.
Oh my gosh.
Diddy new single.
And then I realized, me and Mr. Gentleman, I had said some things. I had opened my big mouth and laid out some secrets, and we weren't talking for months. So me and him, I had lost a true friend. I had lost, at one point, my freaking phone was so dry. I would freaking my phone would ring and it would be like my family members, y'all. That shit would annoy me. Cause Sands and Mally know exactly how they act.
That's crazy. Right. I mean, and you know what's the wild part about it is that we covered this extensively on King Talk, which you see every Friday, all streaming platforms.
Make sure y'all check that.
Yeah, especially after this.
Plug.
You know what I'm saying? It's a King plug. After you listen to this season premiere, go back, listen to last week's episode, and look out for this week's. We covered this a lot extensively. I covered an episode with you and me, and then me and Ken regarding this issue and everything like that. And I always ask if there's one thing you would have learned differently, you know what I'm saying, that from that situation. And in a way, it's like both of y'all said like how I handled it, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially with your case, it's like how you kind of handled the situation. And you would have handled it differently if the time happened again. And what I'm noticing here as well is that, all right, there's three of us and there's one person that's not here. You know what I'm saying? So one thing I do hope, especially within the season, is that, you guys, like, personally, we know what it is, but hopefully you guys patch it up on here where it's like, all right, y'all good. And then, we'll be able to be the foursome that, we all know and love out here, in these streets.
The foursome is coming back. This year.
Always 1/4. 1/4 for the 1/4.
Yeah. So this year I definitely did a lot. I had to curb a lot of bad habits. I definitely made a 180. I can't say more than 180 because do anything else, people gonna say you fake. Yeah, I definitely seen a 180 change in my demeanor this year, and as I grow and get better, just want to present the best version of myself going into this new 2023 year. So that's my recap.
That's personal growth right there. That's real.
Yeah.
That's self-awareness. All that's real, bro.
Listen, self-awareness, they said self-awareness is sexy during 2022. And I feel like that trend is definitely going to continue in 2023. As we were getting older, we start to know like who we are and everything like that.
So how was your year's King Talk Sands? What did you learn?
It was pretty productive to say the least. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was pretty productive. Career-wise, I'm actually in the space. I went from working to being the guy but not getting paid to be the guy, and to actually being the guy and actually having to do shit and, lead a team to success. And I can tell you right now, that shit is hard as fuck. But I'm taking it in stride, trying to keep things balanced and everything like that. Relationship wise, me and Bae still going strong. We're still hanging in there. Black love, black men don't cheat, you know what I'm saying, in any circumstances.
I'm Moroccan.
Huh?
So I'm Moroccan.
You say you're Moroccan. I would say, like, yo, listen, I'm a man of God. Like, I don't. But nah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, we getting like the wedding and stuff ready and everything like that. So I'm happy those things that I'm real happy like that's in motion at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in good spirits about that. This year
Yeah.
was this year was mainly about finding peace within myself rather than a location. And I've grown to find that, and I'm real happy about that growth. I'm towards the end of the year, I'm handling a lot of stuff with love. I'm trying to lead with love this year. All right. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to lead with love. I'm trying to lead with patience. Didn't really do that at the top of the year. Trying to start this year with that vibe. So fingers crossed. You might see a kinder me on this podcast. I doubt it, but you know what I'm saying? We'll see. I don't think it's gonna happen though, but it is what it is. King Talk #1 for like half the fucking year. You know what I'm saying? Or if
Thanks.
not #1, at least in the damn conversation of top 5. So that's a whole big thing. Just dropped an episode last Friday, and we back weekly again. The goal is to stay consistent and continue to do what I have to do. One of the things that got me down really was other podcasters putting up like their accomplishments, and I'm seeing them do a lot of good big things, talking about, oh, you know, they hit in like 16 different countries, and I got like, you know, I got views, but my views ain't hitting like those views, and I want to get to that point. So that's what the Ford 2023 is looking like. Trying to get the studio ready for that too, so I can have guests. It's gonna be fire. Can't wait.
It's definitely a building process. That's what you're talking about, growth there. Like you never want to get caught looking where you're trying to go rather than being where you actually are. So like you always respect the ground, always respect the hustle and the building process of building the audience and getting these words across to these people.
So how was your 2022, Maui? What did it teach you?
My 2022 taught me that while my strongest asset is patience, it isn't always the best idea to let people test it. This year from top to bottom has been a cavalcade of, it's been like a roller coaster. Like if I really sat here and explained to you how my year went, you'd think it was a TV show. But like it's crazy.
Can't even give us a summary.
Like okay. Moved into a really shitty run room after a bad breakup last year. That this place is crazy as hell. There's all sorts of stuff happening. The landlord is letting the house be disgusting. People stealing shit, all types of shit, banging, fighting all night, all this stuff, whole year. I got into a car accident, and my left arm hasn't been the same since. Messed up my spine apparently, like got some bulging discs, things like that. I was just struggling to get treatment for it all year. I started taking better care of myself, my health, because I was chasing money as much as I could, but like my health and my problems just prevented me from doing so much. And it wasn't just
So we got you with that one,
yeah. Like I learned my blood pressure been off the charts for all year. It's like, yo, what is going on? This year has been like crazy. So like that's the other thing it told me. You got to take care of your body. Like you got to make sure, even if you're doing good, you got to always be double checking. You got to go to them doctor visits and just double check, because you could be doing good. Because I eat relatively well, I stay relatively active, you know, but stuff be happening in different places. It's just crazy. Like I eventually found out that my whole living situation was a scam.
Oh shit.
Crazy, bro.
You know.
Fucking New York for you, man. Let me tell you.
And now people trying to fight for the house like this the fucking feudal era in Japan, running up in the house all types of night, doing all types of crazy shit from time to time. I've been helping mentor, a kid out here. Kid is crazy. Like it's been a really, really crazy year for me. But it also taught me one thing, that the people who are going to be there for you, like the people who really care about you, like you as a person, they you could expose it all to them and they will be right there for you. So this year I really low-key think I met my best friend. For real. And I have some news on that, but I'll save that for another episode. Not this episode. We gotta hold it back, not this episode, all right?
You don't have to say everything, bro.
Yeah.
Just do what you
But
can.
basically, what we're doing, we're coming through the storm. So all of that's happening. The down part is there's a lot more weird responsibilities that I wasn't ready for, but the upside is gives you a place to like grow from, right? I can really grow from here. Like I've been fixing my mental health, right? I've gotten into therapy and I'm dealing with stuff, seeing why I had so much blockage in me. Because I ain't gonna lie to you guys, after the accident, I lost my income. I really got bad depressed, especially with the circumstances I'm living down in here. But this turnaround is coming, man. I'm telling you. Like I feel better than I have in a long, long time mentally. Physically, I'm in some of the best shape of my life now, and I don't even know how because I can barely use my arm, but I am.
It's a spirit within, though. I ain't gonna hold you. Even
We
though
don't lose.
you know what I'm saying, like you're not gonna lose because you're not gonna let the ops win. You know what I'm saying? And whether the
Right.
ops be the injuries or anything more externally, you're not gonna let them win. So by default, you can't lose, no matter what you feel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's like a big thing. So with that energy, like no matter how you may feel physically, spiritually, and mentally, you're like, yo, listen, yeah, I can't win, so I can't lose. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and then that's how you push forward,
Mhm.
So what do we expect for 2023? All I expect is positive experience and better in everything that I'm doing.
I expect, well, I don't like high expectations because you always down yourself, like personally, if you don't meet. But I would say like success in most, if not all, endeavors.
There we go. Do that.
Love for those who love me. And togetherness for all the people, what I'm saying, who can
Right.
come together right now, because I feel like this year is probably going to be one of the most trying ones. But if we're able to come together as like people, or as like with our loved ones or with our friends and everything like that, I think that would be the most rewarding part of the year, if anything.
Listen, 2023, 2023, the 2023rd year of our Lord is going to be what is going to be. Listen, there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, but I know there's going to be advancements. I feel like life is kind of like the stock market. Even when you get a big plummet down, that first up afterwards is usually a big jump up too. So you just have to keep preparing, getting in the trenches, keep preparing for your up. Like what I'm doing right now, I'm learning new skills to get into different places in the market. I'm doing various things, and we want to come up. We want to do. 2023 is going to be cool. It's going to be cool. That's all I'm going to say.
It's like we're going to work for everything that we get for on this one.
Right.
All right. So now I want to count down the top 10 news articles of 2022. But before we start, I have a bonus. I have two bonuses. The number one was that Mario versus Omarion battle on Versus.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Why was Omarion so bad? Like he wasn't even like like off a little bit, just bad, horrendous. And Mario was so good. It was like it was the complete
But
opposite.
what messed me up is that since Omarion was the lead singer of B2K, I really thought that he could have held his own just from the predictions. Just from before I seen
that
it.
would have told you, like, bro, if that's the best B2K had to offer, because that's your lead singer. You know what I'm saying? So you setting the tone for the rest of the group. I don't ever want to hear Raz B talking about he won a verse.
I'm glad.
Want to hear J Book talking about he won a verses.
J Book.
I don't want Fizz, like, Lil Fizz, show his booty hole and all that shit. I don't want him talking about he won a verses. None of them.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that should happen, bro.
Where you been, bro?
That was a thing. That was a whole thing, bro. And Joe Butters was talking about he gonna get the Fizz up out of Lil Fizz. You feel what I'm saying?
These guys sound crazy. What are we doing?
That's exactly what Mario
That's
said.
exactly. Joe Budden that I said that, he gonna get all the Fizz up out of Fizz. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, yo, wait a minute.
I need us to relax, everybody.
But the verses
anytime,
because now that
any sentences like these can come out, I need everybody to relax.
But the verses also prove that you need talent now, because now it's performance verses.
Right.
And Jeremiah went up there and he sounded like he really did use auto-tune his whole career. Shit.
I ain't gonna hold you.
He did.
I ain't gonna hold you though. That made me question the whole state of R&B that this year.
So
it really did. It made me question the whole state of R&B. I'm like, yo, it ain't dead, but that shit was definitely on life support, especially that night.
Oh my God. How it was like 6 R&B singers on that stage and only one of them could sing. It was crazy.
Everybody was there for the check. I'm convinced. It was like Dipset. Everybody was there for the check.
Everybody was there for the check, bro.
Not this nigga Freaky Z. Yo, hold on. Lie of the year goes to this nigga Freaky Zeke.
He was like, yo, y'all ain't got no love songs? And I'm like, wait, what? Like, man, these niggas got love songs too, bro. Like,
I did like this.
It's like,
that's your man's.
And then Ray J over here. The pre-show
was a chain in the air, and I caught it like this.
Yeah, I can't.
Y'all, the pre-show was more of a hot mess.
Yo, that was one of the things about that pre-show. Ray J was sitting there singing for his whole life with his kid in his arm, missing.
Thinking of it like a cheat code in the game or shit.
If that was singing for his life, that nigga died.
Like I said, give me your kid real quick. You got, you know what I'm saying? You about to be an orphan. You halfway to being an orphan on this shit.
Getting mad because Sammy and freaking Bobby Bounce, freaking singing his song over and over. Like, come on, bro. They were sounding better than you.
Listen, nobody heard from Sammy in like 10 years. He needed this. All right, you gotta let him have it.
You know they're trying to have a group RSVP.
Oh no, I got a section for them too. They're gonna be in my pack it up list later. B. That's actually one of the contestants in my packet to fuck up list of 2022.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get to that in a little bit.
All right. So the next bonus, which is not really too big news according to y'all, was when Puff Daddy dressed up as a Joker. He had the #1 song on the radio with his son King Combs, and the conflict with the new baby with the Young Miami thing last week. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Then he had a fun year too, didn't
he? And he had a whole kid this year too. He had a decent year.
He had a very fun year.
Yeah,
I think it was all over the news.
Listen, there's one way to stay relevant though. That whole Joker shit, like, I don't know why you thought that was like top news though.
I
you
was
Yeah,
got
like
you got it
you
over.
didn't say any of this other stuff. You really were only saying
Like
Diddy was a joker. That's
yo,
that. You put that in like the number 3 spot.
his diss track is fire, bro. That's like number 6 topic right there. I'm like, bro, what you got it over? And then it's like, well, we got it over the Megan Tory shit. I'm like, no.
Definitely was more important. What the?
Like,
That's
wait a
the
minute.
joke.
Nah, we
Said-
didn't know. Nah, because it's like he really pulled that shit off, and then he was fighting with the guy Michael, the guy who played Two-Bit. It's crazy.
Yeah, he pulled up on him like it was real life, bro. Like did he have to tell him? Like,
You would have thought that they was acting in real time.
yo, he told him to get up out of his face before he pull out the
He
butt
act
plugs
too,
on him.
but still.
Before you do what?
Before he pull out the butt plugs on him. You ain't
No.
hear that story from security?
I didn't. No.
Nah,
That's
bro.
not
You
simple.
ain't hear the story from a security guard? It's from a
We
security
leaving these
guard?
sentences in 2023. I need that to be done. No more.
But y'all know that him and his son made #1 for the Billboard charts for their songs. That shit was kind of crazy too.
Oh no, that's in my packet the fuck up section too. We'll talk about that.
Can't Stop, Won't Stop was definitely streaming on TikTok a lot.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
I'm gonna need y'all to stop having favorite songs because TikTok told y'all to.
I refuse. They come with dances.
I just saw you bust one of those shits out. What you mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna need y'all to stop liking songs because TikTok told y'all. Like, nah. How them shits don't be good past the second verse.
Actually, I think you're right because they had me listening to an R. Kelly song this whole summer.
Oh,
Kelly.
Damn, bro, I thought you was
No.
off that.
I never listened to 2010 R. Kelly. I was already off. I was gone. Right?
You wasn't trying to hear a love letter? Like,
No love letter, no black panties, none of it.
The bonus is also R. Kelly album got pulled right when it was put up. Like niggas really dropped the album and took it down.
That was a fake album.
Hmm?
That was a fake album. That was just that song he did mad long ago called I Admit It.
They
It's
said there was
19
more
minutes
tracks
of him
up there though.
saying he did it.
They said there was more tracks up there.
Yeah, it's findable. It's findable. I ain't finding it. No support. Zero.
He said he admit giving a girl herpes and wrote the song "You're Not Alone" because of her.
Damn.
That's
crazy.
I'm ready for this top 10. Here we go, number 10.
Number 10.
Donald Trump ongoing January 6th investigations and his tax returns being dropped.
Y'all heard he claimed like $1,500, and then when niggas was asking why, he was like, "Suck my dick," and they were like, "Okay."
How was his income negative 3 years?
I wonder if he got the stimulus check.
He probably did though.
He put it out.
Shit came to him first. He went got his off the fucking printer.
He was like, "Yo, if we gonna do a check, we gonna do a test run with these stimulus. Send them shits to me first." And then they did it. And they were like, "Oh, this shit hitting. The streets gonna love this." And then push it out to us like weeks after.
So the streets gonna love it.
And they did.
This is what's hot in the streets.
And it was. Have y'all went to City Island during stimulus period? Holy.
Online.
All the crab legs.
All of the crab legs. What a line.
Trying to convince people that we would do stuff with the money if we were given reparations. We didn't do a good job of.
Bro, if that was a test run, that's a problem, bro. Because
we got to come back to the table. We need to have a meeting.
I came out there with the shoes I got, but couldn't wear for like a month because I couldn't go nowhere. As soon as I heard City Island was open, me and Bay went down there during stimulus week, and then sat there, had the crab legs, and Sammy's fish box stock went up like crazy.
Oh damn!
Real talk.
Sammy fish box. Shout out to that.
But
that's why you got them tax returns, man. Finally getting caught up.
Yeah,
that man is not doing. That man is not gonna pay no taxes because that man don't make no money, even though he make money. He been doing this for years.
I was in shock to see that he was getting negative in his income, like, and just paying like $700 in taxes and shit. And most
he wrote off a $19 million debt over the course of 25 years. It's brilliant. And then
brilliant.
look, watch this. He did that, wrote off the $19 million debt through the course of 20 years. Immediately ran a scam to fix his credit by rotating through revolving credit cards. Immediately fixed his credit and was able to make money on credit and still not have to pay taxes because he took such a large loss over such a long time.
You know, that gotta be like some Robert Kiyosaki type shit, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
It is.
Like, I've seen that play happen way too many times among the rich. You know what I'm saying?
They be knowing, and then once we know, everybody messes it up, and then it gets cut off. They be knowing.
They know when they do it right. You know what I'm saying? Like, they do it properly. We do it. We raise Sammy Fishbox prices. We raise Sammy Fishbox prices through the fucking roof. You know what I'm saying? We didn't learn a damn thing during that shit. So to see this now is like, it's wildly, it's insane, but it's not surprising. Like, if you're from New York, you already know how Donald Trump was giving up for like taxes and everything like that, and what or lack thereof, because he wasn't paying. You know what I'm saying? So if you from New York, you already know what it is. For the rest of the country, thank y'all for keeping up. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for getting to this point.
Yeah, man. So what do y'all think of this January 6th thing? That what's going to be the verdict? They still haven't decided yet, right?
Well, they said that they referring it to the Justice Department to see if they want to press like formal charges. I highly doubt they're going to press formal charges, you know, because they got to get that through
some type of punishment, bro.
They not putting no charges on him because they tried to. They didn't even, the impeachment behind this didn't even go through. He can still run for president. They want to press charges on him, but they just can't do it. Probably because there's too much money and not pressing charges on him. So it's a whole big to do, basically. But they are arresting and putting in jail the niggas that was there. And I mean specifically the one nigga that was there that put a picture of him being there on his album cover.
Yeah.
I gotta look for that. You got the link for that?
Know how
wrong with these people, bro?
You got the link for that, bro?
Hold on, I'm gonna get it.
If you sit there and be like, "Yo, I was at the insurrection," it's lit.
What do you rap about when you're sitting at the Capitol Hill during a coup, an attempted coup? Do you know what a coup is? It's when somebody is trying to take over the country.
Nah, bro, they don't know what that shit is.
He obviously didn't. He gonna sit there and pose for. Now he in jail. You big stupid.
Big stupid.
He was like, "Listen, bro, give me about 15 clicks on SoundCloud real quick, on a low end."
I'm crying. Hold on, let me look this up real quick. Rapper, Capitol riots.
Should I go to the next?
Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe on this podcast, bro. This is the first episode of season 3 out here.
Subscribe to us. We're on all platforms. Let's go.
Exactly.
We are back on Spotify. We hit
it, boy.
So yeah, make sure y'all like and subscribe while we do this. Premier Boyz.
Share it to a friend.
Oh shit, that's it?
Oh yeah. Wow.
Oh no, he definitely going to jail. They had to catch him at least.
Right. He already got sentenced. He done.
Oh yeah, he out of here, bro. Ain't no fucking way.
They're sentencing people, so that's good. There's some people that thought they was just gonna go back to work after doing a.
They really did though. Like they went, like they sat there, did the whole insurrection. They were like, "Oh, it was great. I'm hungry. Let's go to Church's Chicken." Right. And then hop back on a bus to go put out fires in New York.
Right. It was like 4 people died, and they just like, yeah, you know, it was a crazy weekend. We kicked the government and sitting on people's shit. We did that. You know,
they dead took a shit in the house though.
Oh,
They
damn.
did.
They
What?
dead ass took a whole shit.
That wildin'.
They were wild and they was taking shit, like
It was a whole
putting
bunch of
their hands all over shit.
And
Like,
you know what's crazy? The people that was there that they were looking for was really only like 30 to 50 feet away. Like a little bit to the left. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, boy, that's crazy.
a little to the left. You know what I'm saying? Like next room down.
To the left, wow.
Yeah. Next door down to your right. You know what I'm saying? That's where they at. That's crazy.
shout out to Bugsy the Dawn. Everybody go get Capital so you can put money on his commissary for being a dickhead.
I won't put all of like one. What's that shit? What's that coin that they had?
Nigga, I'm not even streaming it.
You're not streaming that shit?
Nah.
Gotta stream Bugsy the Dawn.
All right. Get them
Hello here
niggas
promoting
like
this
so.
guy, boy. Speaking about New York,
Nah, bro. Like, that's the thing. If you're from New York, you already know what like Donald Trump should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, bro.
so if you know what it is, then you already know, like, all right, you know what to expect. It's just waiting for the rest of the country to stop, sucking his dick to be like, I bet, you know what? Like, let's get this dude up out of here.
Shit. So coming in at number 9, everything having to do with New York this year. The refugees getting dropped off in Port Authority, and the craziness of the subway crime, the craziness of you not being safe walking into that train.
That's
On the platform, and how they had to increase NYPD presence on the platform, especially. It's crazy.
y'all want to know what's crazy when it comes down to these trains though? It's about to be 2023, right? I haven't paid fare, right, on these trains since like mid 2021.
God damn.
Like mid 2021. I like, except for like Metro North when I come in from like, from my town and everything like that. Like I'll pay fair for that. That's fair. You know what I'm saying? You get seats. You almost always get a seat, you know what I'm saying? Like you lit. But for the trains, fuck that shit. I've been hopping that shit consecutively since 2021. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is,
What do you think about the homeless spewing into everything though?
you're gonna have more homeless spewing into everything, especially when you have the rent being like $3,000 for a studio. It's just gonna look like LA out here. Blockheads is closing. You can't turn up, can't get no smooth drinks. You gotta go to BBQs now. Nobody want to go to BBQs because that shit hood is fuck. You know what I'm saying? So,
And they're dropping the Chick-fil-A in the hood.
well, listen, we already got like 3 or 4 Chick-fil-A's in the city, so I'm all right with that. You can drop one in East New York. It would be all right.
Chipotle in East New York already.
They got a Chipotle out there?
Yeah, boy.
What sure they got a Chipotle out there? We just got a Chipotle.
Right on Penn Ave.
You know what's crazy? We just got a Chipotle out here. We ain't had no Chipotle for a little. We ain't like since I've been up here, we never had a Chipotle. And then they built one up, I think, like last summer. And then they got like wild popular. At first, like the first summer, the first month they got there, they didn't really have much of anything because they were like new. So I was like, nah, I'm not ordering from them. They ain't got shit. But now they have a whole bunch of stuff, so it's gonna be fire.
All right, so I got a lot of things to say. For the subway thing, is it's really hard because it's like you want to ride the train. I still ride the train from Brooklyn to Manhattan, so I still have to ride that shit every day. And it's like you got to stay alert. You don't want to fall asleep. You don't want to look suspicious. You got to go in there with a mug face, so niggas won't take you as a target, And you hear about these stabbings and these people getting pushed, and even the conductors and the freaking workers are getting it, bro. Nobody's safe.
Yo, there's one thing I'll never forget, and I know this wasn't like this year, but there's one thing I never forget. This probably was a skit or whatever, but it's fair because stuff like this usually happens like during like train rides and shit like that. So I was watching one of the videos, and this guy was cleaning the train station.
Mhm.
And basically what happened was you got this homeless dude. He's like kind of just like fucking shit up and everything like that. He sees the mop bucket. He's like, yo, I gotta go take a shit. You know what I'm saying? And dude's like, nah, yo, come on, we'll take a shit. My mop bucket. He pushes him to the side. And then next thing you know, he's just out there just taking a whole shit in the bucket, in his mop bucket. So now dude mad because he gotta clean the train station. Like, and he gotta clean that shit out. Like, and it was wild rough. And I shit you not. You got people that's not from the city and they look at shit like that and they look at actual videos that do be going on out there. It's like, nah, they don't want to take the train. They look at that shit like a whole Law and Order episode.
Bro, that whole I think earlier this year was when the guy came into the subway and bombed the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like April or March, right?
March when they bought it.
No, when the guy came into the subway and bombed the whole thing, and it was big on the news, and he was arrested for terrorism.
That had to be like in May.
Yeah, yeah. So when that happened, a lot of people were suspicious about taking the train entirely. And then of course with the subway stabbings and shootings, I don't blame them. No. It was March, he said. So yeah, I don't blame them. There's people I know who don't take MTA at all. Like they Uber everywhere or they get a ride. I don't blame them, but since my employment is in the city, I gotta do what I gotta do. You know?
Well, no, that's a fact though. And you also got that's also a major point for a lot of people that travel like in the outer boroughs and even those that commute like myself. So we end up having to that's the thing that we tend to worry about. Like when they got pushed into the tracks and died, I believe she was a commuter. She wasn't even from the city, and then she hopped on the city train just to get pushed into the tracks like that. So it was pretty scary.
And it's like these things happen all of a sudden. It's an instant. So like you putting cops on the platform, but they're all the way at the top of the platform. What's going to stop somebody from committing a crime at the edge of the platform?
And on top of that, a lot of these cops aren't really doing much of anything anyway. They're there for like appearance purposes. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for the most part, they're supposed to, the fact that the cops are there, it's supposed to be like a deterrent for people to be like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't.
But stuff's still been happening over the weeks.
Of course. Crime ain't gonna stop because they just put cops there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a whole different thing.
Because things can happen in between the train route, between the train going between stations. Remember, a lot of express trains, you're on the express for like a good couple minutes between stops. So things always happen there. And that's how that guy who bombed the train in Brooklyn was able to do it, because it was an express N train coming into 36th Street. Mm-hmm. So that's like a good couple minutes between Atlanta and Barclays and 36.
Yeah, that's like about a good 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah. But the refugees and the homeless situation in New York right now is pretty crazy.
Yo, they're starting not to find space for them.
I thought I was hearing that hotels and motels that's underused is gonna be shelters.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like, underused hotels are gonna be like shelters. They had open spaces out. They were trying to do like an open space situation close to Orchard Park over in the Bronx.
Yeah,
but I think they kind of overruled that, and now they're going another route with it. But yeah, it's tough now because New York was like, "Hey, we'll go sit there and we'll sit there and we'll put, we'll have room for these migrants." But I don't think Eric Adams realized is that how many migrants you were bringing in, because it was busloads
of people they dropped off here.
That's what I'm saying.
And not only that, we're dealing with people from outside. We're dealing with the actual people who's homeless in New York City already, who's living in the trains, who's living outside of the street and train stations and one place is underneath stuff and outside in the street in general. So that you walk through Manhattan, you see people in boxes everywhere.
That's true. That's definitely true. So now, especially if they can't find a place, if the migrants can't find a place to, find life here, what I'm saying? It's going to be real tough for them. That homeless rate is going to skyrocket. It's going to look like LA out here. Where you have neighborhoods.
And I feel it walking outside every day already.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say no to a lot of people when I walk past them. Because they remember you. One thing about giving to people, they remember your face.
Well, yeah, because they want to see if they can give to them again. That's why I don't give to nobody. And it's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. Like, people feel like, because you give to them one time, that you give to them again. You know what I'm saying? And that's not always the case. You got to get out here and earn. Now they looking at you like you they dad. You giving them shit. And if they don't give them shit, they want to rob you. Because they don't got people skills, so and
they get aggressive. But understand that people, we don't carry paper money no more. We don't carry change, y'all. The guy selling the CDs in Times Square, you're wasting your time. Like, you're only gonna fool the tourists.
Yeah, but even then, they getting smart up now too. They got Square Cash App, Apple Pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, when there's a will, there's a way. I've seen people out here in these streets. They like people that do the artwork where you're trying to draw people's faces or whatever, or you made the caricatures. They started, some of them, not all of them, are taking Apple Pay. They got the whole Square Cash scanner. You pop that in there real quick, or you swipe your card and you're good to go.
Well, one thing the pandemic has did for technology is 2022, 2023 now, everybody's taking card. Almost everybody has a card reader. You just tap the card and go.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case a few years ago. And I like that.
Like, me personally, like, I'm a firm believer of like Apple Pay. Like, I don't pull out my card for really much of anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm at restaurants, like this past week or two, I was at Brooklyn Chop House. Shout out to those people, fine people out there.
I gotta go.
I was actually, it was real good. The prices, don't get startled by the prices because the portions are a lot.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, the portions are a lot. Like, me and Bae, we end up getting the filet mignon beef broccoli, right?
Yeah.
With like the pork fried rice for two. Bro, it was mad rice in there. You know what I'm saying? And the portions for the pork, not the pork, the beef and broccoli is like real sizable. So you bring you a little bag out there. I dropped meat myself. I dropped like about 4 up in Brooklyn Chop House between me and Bae. So
all right, so Premier fam, don't get scared away from the prices for Brooklyn Chop. Definitely visit.
Yeah, they got 2 locations.
All right. So now we're going into number 8. Number 8 is the Shanquilla Robinson story, the girl who got beat up in Mexico.
Oh man, I covered this during the first half of King Talk season 3, and one of the biggest things I was thinking about when it came down to that was one of the biggest things that came down to it was the fact of the whole friend situation, where the quote unquote friend dynamic was lacking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always going to speak on this. When you travel, right, make sure you have a crew with you that's willing to sit there and have your back when shit goes a little bit left. You know what I'm saying? Because it could go a lot left or a little bit left. These things like this happen, but make sure you have a crew with you that's there for you. Because if not, you get ladies like this You get people like, that was in that circle that honestly really needs to get, caught up and held to the full extent of Mexican law,
And the fucked up thing about it now with the update, they're gonna get tried in Mexico, so they all gotta freaking bring their ass back down there. The
Exactly.
girl's dead, she's buried and everything. They all gotta bring their ass back down there, bro. And trials be taking forever these days. Like you be freaking hearing about trial 2-3 years later.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So they had a guy down there that was trying to figure it out. And he said that they were locked, that they actually got the girl and they were bringing her back, but then come to find out that wasn't true. So it's real hard to get like real accurate news from those outlets, for the most part.
Yeah.
So I can't really speak on what's actually going on with like the actual case, because the outlets that was giving out that information is kind of a bit sketchy. But at the same time, I do hope that her family does get justice, because honestly, that was senseless. It was senseless. And it looks like it just came off as, hate. Now, granted, I know there was a situation where out in Charlotte, they were coming after her because she set up one of their friends' brothers or whatever like that. But I'm like, listen, stuff like that, you could have handled, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand what's worth it or not. You know what I'm saying?
But was it more about because she was sponsoring the trip and she had bread and they wanted to steal her money too? That's what I was hearing.
Well, she had bread because she had her own business out in Charlotte. She had her own hair salon out there. So she was getting bread from that. My thing is, if you're going to line somebody up, you can line them up in your hometown and then not be none the wiser, because you figure it out. You're doing it locally, and if you're having somebody else that's doing it, you know what I'm saying, it's easier for it not to get traced back to you than it is in Mexico. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because apparently in Mexico, granted, if you have the money, you could cover some shit up. The problem is, I don't think they had enough money to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got the family asking questions.
Yeah.
So I think that's really the hardest part about that. Families like really asking questions like that, going hard, riding for, their daughter as they should. And, next thing you know, you look up and then you have, what you have here. So yeah, we still saying some justice for Tranquilla until she receives it.
Tranquilla,
Definitely.
rest in peace, man. She didn't deserve to go out like that.
Exactly. If y'all wanted to shoot the 5, you could just shoot the 5. But it's like the same thing I was talking about, like with on King's Talk with Kanika. Shorty who went to the kickback out in Chicago. It was the same thing like that. Like they had, saying you hanging around people, you think they fuck with you, but they don't really fuck with you like that. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to watch who you hang around.
Damn, so going down the list, we got number 7. And I don't know where the Chief, he's coming back, I hope. Tory Lanez versus the Megan Thee Stallion. For once and for all, we can close the book on this. We've been talking about it for a long time on this show, on your show. Shit.
Bro, I'm just glad. Like, here's the thing, and I could talk, like, I could get in like some detail about it here. I got to tell a major detail about it in King Talk this past episode. But getting back into it, I'm really just glad like this whole situation is like behind us. One thing I will say is, even though the verdict is the verdict, one thing I feel like I could say with certainty here is that we'll never really know what the fuck happened. Like if you were looking at the verdict as if, oh, did Tory shoot Meg? You're not gonna find that here. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the story behind it is like real shaky. Maybe the gun was on him. He shot the gun, but the residue was inconclusive. DNA was inconclusive. Residue was on Tory and Kelsey. They say a woman shot the gun, but there's only 2 women in the car, and unless she Meg cheddar bobbed herself, there's only one other woman in the car. So it's like, and then Kelsey didn't want to incriminate herself. It's a whole bunch of shit.
I mean,
We got Mally back, by the way.
That case is loopy. But he did make that jail phone call, explicitly apologizing, for his actions that night with Kelsey. Thing is, that can be misconstrued for a number of things, but it's probably talking about something that had to do with that, because he immediately talked about bail and then, the ramifications of Meg's team and his team, all that type of stuff. So my thing with that whole case, you know what it brought out? It brought out that whole gender war thing real bad. Because you can't, and this is a problem. What happened here is that a lot of people, anybody who wasn't in the gender war bias, could look at this case and say, oh, there's a lot of holes, mad stuff not adding up. I wouldn't immediately say this guy is guilty. Is that a fair statement? Is once you get all the details, like now, it came out, you know what? It's too hairy for me to even fight that for real. You know what? It is what it is. The justice system decided that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you doubt someone who is doubtable, Meg Thee Stallion was doubtable as hell.
Facts.
And then all the information that came out would make you doubt her more. If me doubting Meg Thee Stallion does not mean I hate Meg Thee Stallion or I hate Black women as an extension thereof. It means that I don't trust everybody that screams this or that, especially when the circumstances are not like cut and dry on a camera or something like that.
I got a question. Do y'all know if Tory Lane's getting bail?
No, I don't think he's getting bail. He definitely get
bail. It's over for that, bro.
Yeah.
That already happened. Ain't no bail, nigga. He lost.
Yeah, you gonna have to appeal.
Jail waiting to get sentenced.
And then wait for deportation. That bail. Stupid. No, not like that. But it's like, it's crazy because like you're waiting for sentencing, but he could appeal and see what's good and then try for bail again in that situation. But chances are like he's facing about 22 years behind this and deportation.
Fucking damn.
Mm-hmm. Imagine having to do 22 years in America, then they just send you to Canada. That's foul.
They're like, yo, you done, right? And then you got ICE waiting for you at the gate. Like, yo, listen, about that. We gonna need. That's the ultimate. We gonna need you to clock out.
I mean, niggas been making albums. Niggas be making albums out of jail, so it's possible we'll still have music for him.
My guess is he's probably when he gets out, he's probably gonna have to salvage whatever career is left, and then.
I was saying during his time in jail.
I mean, yeah, he not making no good album in jail. Do you hear the amount of production that go on his music? You're not doing that in jail. What is this?
Ain't no way.
Hustle and flow.
You gonna use that same keyboard, bro? Like,
my son gonna sound like Sean on most of them songs he was in jail for.
And Sean
that whole second album,
right? A bunch of shit in his mouth when he was doing them songs in jail. So it's like, ain't no way.
I'm not saying it's gonna come out good. I'm just saying that people make music in jail. That's it.
True.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like Tupac, nigga. I'm gonna be too afraid of getting my ass taken in jail.
The last thing you be thinking about is music, bro. When you're like 5'2", last thing you think about is music.
Right, he's a small guy, like
you know what I'm saying.
Small, popular guy, like.
Oh yeah, that's true though, bro.
Going bad like Meek Mill, like God.
You got to put commissary on somebody book.
Down terrible. I feel for him.
All right, so now we at number 6. Now we say rest in peace to Takeoff.
Bro, I had a whole video episode behind this, bro. Listen, if you want to throw dice, bro, just go to Vegas. You got security, you know what I'm saying? Like, bring your security. You know what I'm saying? Like, make a day out of it. You feel me? Like, you going to the hood to shoot dice when you already
millions of dollars on your wrist trying to prove something.
And you're a celebrity, boy, not even a regular guy. Like, come on.
Yeah, like go like roll some dice at a high ass table, bro. Like real shit. Don't, bro.
I hate to reduce a man's death to a talking point, but my guy, like, of all the places you did not have to be, you understand? Like, you already know it's crazy out here. Rappers are getting clipped before you even know their names anymore. Like, if you say you're a rapper, there's an off chance you're gonna get shot one day. It's insane at this point.
Especially if you're a drill rapper.
Right. These guys are dropping like flies in the cold. It's insane. And for you to put yourself in such a dangerous situation.
I understand why
thinking he was the
I
guy.
understand why that was there, bro.
Yo, rappers dying and COVID numbers are the only comparison.
Right.
Because ain't no way. I heard about somebody's prodigy. It's not prodigy from my Mob Deep, but it was somebody's prodigy. I think Big Scar. He passed away, I think, this past week.
Yeah, heard about him. As he died, he didn't even get big enough for me to hear about him on my own.
Listen,
There's another guy died the next day. I can't even call his name. It start with a W. This is how bad it got.
Oh shit. And that's the thing. And on top of that, social media don't make it no easy. Like an hour after Takeoff passed, they had his body all over Twitter.
Right. Which is crazy.
It's like, I understand you want to talk down, make his death a talking point. Bro, the man's corpse wasn't even cold before it was on social media. You feel me? Like, and that's the crazy part about us. Like, we're so connected, but we're connected over the most craziest shit.
That was
us. I didn't see it.
Not us like us, but us like as a people.
Okay, I don't want to claim to that. Like who? Like
as a majority of our people, yeah.
That was the most important thing to see. Like, hey, don't even let the man rest in peace or nothing. It took us years to see Tupac's autopsy pictures.
Facts.
And it's
I
like,
still say we didn't really need to see it, other than people just really don't believe that man is dead. He is dead, y'all.
I was like, yo, is it really his pictures though? Is it though? Wait.
I don't know.
You know what? I take it back. He's in Cuba, y'all.
He's in Cuba. He probably got kids out there and everything.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Getting past COVID.
Right over there with Asada. That's right where his stepdaddy going.
Mm-hmm.
And his stepdaddy just got out of jail.
You going right to Cuba?
Mm-hmm.
You got time for that?
Yo, yeah, but rest in peace, Takeoff. Like, Migos will never be the same because they was definitely trying to they was definitely broken up around that time too, right?
They were fracturing. They weren't broken up, but they were like fracturing a little bit.
So now Offset, he was just out of it for the last 2 months. It's crazy.
And they were about to drop that. They were about to drop Only Built for Infinity links like right before that.
Oh, a new album?
Yeah.
What if it's done?
Huh?
I wonder if it's done.
I think it was. It was about to drop it, I think, a couple of days before the death. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
It is that
was a big loss for hip hop, though.
Yeah, I always say like Takeoff was one of the most lyrically sound guys, the guy in the group. You know what I'm saying? Like Quavo was there like as like a strong number two. Offset was like, you know, the showman, like he'll be out here doing the wild shit. And Takeoff, he was just the most like lyrically sound guy in there. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the best soul albums that came out of Migos. So yeah, it's a tough loss.
All right, so number 5 is the Young Doug and Gunna Rico case.
YSL.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Talk about it. Everybody else is, you know what I'm saying? Like, Gunna out here pushing P, and the P is for please. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody thought, like, when he said in that video, oh, get me a Big Mac and maybe I'll think about it. Nobody thought, like, yo, that's actually going to be a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody thought that was going to be a thing. And then the crazy part about it is, right? When I got the news that he actually got out and was going home, immediately I'm like, yo, this nigga had to snitch, bro. Ain't no fucking way.
Bro, I said that shit so fast.
I'm like,
Like,
bro,
as they said, convicted on this, and this, he is going home. I said, oh, he has told. Like,
I'm like, what did you know? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Bustin had some secrets. Like, the charges he had, bro, you could easily do 20 years.
At least. He was like, nope, I'm getting out.
Went home.
He was in there for like all of like 3-4 months and was like, nah, I gotta get out of here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go.
I'm gonna take it.
My son said, I will tell you what you need to know. And then got up there and told, oh, they were a gang and this, that, and the third. And people are trying to convince us that that's not snitching, bro. Like,
it's only not snitching if it's your phase. That's what I learned. It's only not snitching if it's your phase. If it's your phase, then you know what I'm saying. Like, that's a whole thing. Then it's not snitching. It's just corroborating for the right people. But if it's somebody you don't like, if it was like 6ix9ine, then it's like, oh yeah, that nigga snitching. That nigga snitching. And I'm like, bro, that's crazy.
Right? I'm like, nah, B, y'all cannot.
Nah, if 6ix9ine was snitching, then Gunna definitely snitching. He probably because you know what?
We got the tape. We saw him,
and he was talking. He was talking about like, oh, YSL must end. YSL as a gang must end. And not only it's not just him saying this. Next thing you know, you got like 7-8 other co-defendants saying the same shit. Oh, YSL must end. You know what I'm saying? Like prayer signs, prayer hands. You know what I'm saying? YSL's a gang. We must stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then Young Thug's lawyer is looking at it and he's trying to like patch up everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, like, all right, we wasn't here because we had this, you know, had a whole setup there. Everything was looking good. Where the lawyer patched up a couple of pieces of the testimony. Only for the prosecutor to be like, oh, that's fine. We got 3 co-defendants that's willing to talk about it on the trial. Like every day somebody's like pleading out.
Yeah, bro. It was crazy.
You know what it looked like though? They got 2 guys that finally did not take a plea. They're gonna try to fight it. The judge was shocked that they're gonna try to fight it. So if the judge is already shocked, they're gonna throw the whole entire building at these niggas. And they're people who have been charged with taking the fall for all of this.
Bro, I saw that. I think I saw that today. There was a guy. He had like a mask half on his face.
Yeah.
And basically he was like, yo, listen, we'll give you 15 years probation. You go home today. If you get on stand, you say with your prayer hands up saying, YSL's a gang, we must end. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get 15 years probation, you go home today. You'll be home right before the new year. But if you take the shit to trial and you lose, you get 50 years.
You'll never go home.
That's it.
You'll be home after your life ends. You'll be up in the upper room. You'll be in your final home. You'll be in the home with your father.
Nigga, that's if you make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but no,
that's so fast.
You telling if you saying YSL must end, or you doing 50 years? That man took off his mask and started laughing and took the shit to trial.
That's crazy.
I'm like, okay. Like,
we can move on, man.
Yeah, this section must end. It is a gang.
Good luck with those guys.
So we at number 4. Kyrie Irving suspension.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That didn't make no damn sense.
Mm-hmm. That was unnecessary at high levels, but you know, Honestly, if I say what I want to say, we might never make it back on Spotify.
Yeah, we trying too. Like that's the crazy part. We really trying to get back on Spotify. It's gonna be tough, man, but we gonna do it. We getting back. But fuck it, let's run it up. Let's run it up. Let's run it up.
He said, let's run it up. Listen, all he did was post a book that's already on Amazon. Amazon, that book is currently making a Jewish man money. That's why they won't take it off Amazon.
Facts.
But when the idea was thought that a black man could make money after posting something like that, it's crazy. Tell me, what we not seeing? Like we're all seeing the same thing. Confirmation bias. It's no. Posted a book. Okay, you don't believe the contents of the book or whatever. You don't believe. First of all, this is a thing of beliefs. He can believe what he wants to believe.
Exactly. You don't get penalized for that.
Right. Here's the thing. I stopped a long time ago wanting all the racists to go away and believe what you want to believe. Just stay the fuck away from me or I'll kill you. You know, something like that. We never gonna make it back on Spotify. Dang.
You say, okay. Nah, we gonna have to be on. We gotta just hold down good pods for like all season. We're gonna have to reposition for that for like season 4.
Good pods to take everything.
Yeah,
good pods.
They'll take everything and give us a crown. I love it. But nah, continue.
What I'm saying, like, so we suspended him for what? Not immediately renouncing, repudiating, and basically saying fuck him to the people who has beliefs that share the belief that he is amongst the original tribe of Jew, i.e. the original Jewish people.
Made no sense to me, bro.
It's an overreach. You're stepping on people's civil liberties. He can believe what he wants to believe. Jewish erasure. Did he erase a Jewish person? Did he take a pencil out and erase a Jewish person by believing that? No. You want to believe what you're the Ashkenaz Jews. He's saying he's the Jew of the Jews. You don't even have to be in query or conflict. You already know you're the Ashkenaz Jews. It comes up on paperwork. Am I lying?
Yeah, you can look this shit up. I said this when I reviewed this. I'm like, listen, you can look this shit up. And it's right. A fact. Now, granted, there's some thoughts in there that went a little crazy, like when they were talking about Hitler and everything like that. Granted, yeah, that part was crazy. But if you boil down the facts are the facts.
Right.
You know, there's actually a video on there's a video on what was it? It was on Facebook years ago when they had the Hasidic Jews and the Israelites go head to head in the middle of Times Square. And Hasidic Jews had no answer for any of the facts that Israelites were dropping.
Because the thing is, they wouldn't. If you understand the timeline of the religions, and the thing is, I just want to see the best of the best from both sides have this conversation so we can all get down to what's real. Yeah. Fortunately, you know, we don't know if we're always getting the best of the best, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Every single time the Israelites was like, they can come and rain the thunder down and tell you exactly where it is, what it is, how it says it, what it says. That dedication to your craft, to knowing your knowledge, your book, your thing. Listen.
That's a whole thing. Because in knowing, you know, your history, you know yourself, you know? And if you're willing to sit there and bear that cross, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta know your history. You know, it's not a situation where you're just born into it and you inherit all of this power. And yes, I say power because there is a certain, you know, we're not gonna act like there's no certain power that comes with that, you know, in the way you move, especially when it comes down to like things like media. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole big thing as well. So you're coming into it, you're knowing about like how you're growing up, but you're also taking the time to also know your history, which a lot of us don't really know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then now you're able to portray it in a way where it's damn near undisputed. So
Damn.
shout out to the Israelites too, showing up for Kyrie's behalf at
Facts.
Adam Barclay Center during that whole time, because they definitely did show up and show out.
That's
Yeah,
facts. That's facts.
That's what's up.
My boy Kyrie, he did what he had to do to get back on the team. Though
He definitely did.
He back on the team. They balling now. They're like number 2 in the East.
right, he came. They've been whipping ass ever since. Actually, just
They were-
straight up dominating.
They said that they not dealing with no drama, no nothing. We just gonna play ball real quick and then get this chip. And they about to.
I bet you ain't sent near
It
tweets.
rebounded.
I bet you ain't sent no tweets, and he ain't ordered no Amazon, nothing.
He was like, nah, they were like, fuck all that. We shopping on Etsy.
My son on Temu.
Facts.
Etsy.
Fucking AliExpress that shit. He gonna wait for like about a good 2-3 weeks for that bitch, but he'll get there eventually.
All right, so now we're down to number 3. Will Smith slaps Chris Rock.
Number 3.
Oh man.
That was a crazy moment in television history.
The smack that no one asked for. Tell me you were simp without telling me you were simp.
Right. Listen, we're not going to talk about one of the greatest actors of our generation, Will Smith, in a way that is unbecoming of Will Smith. Unfortunately for that slap, there's a lot less ways that are unbecoming. Like, you really had to do that, bro. You didn't. You could have beat his ass backstage. Y'all could have talked about it.
You could have smacked him when the camera was off.
Could have smacked him when the camera was off. You could have held that in. You walked up on stage, and then the slap didn't even impact. You ever try to slap your girl ass and you gotta miss a little bit so you don't get the impact you want?
The fingertips of that shit.
Hey,
You're like, oh, that's not a good smack.
that's what that was. It wasn't a good smack. I'd been mad as hell if I was Chris Rock. You're not going to bad slap me. Slap the shit out of me if you're going to slap the shit out of me. He said he got the shit slapped out of him.
Now, to be fair, it did sound like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a heart. It wasn't like a smack fest type shit. But it was like a, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he might have felt that, but I felt like he would have been more shocked at him getting smacked than the actual impact. You know what I'm saying? Because you think he probably gonna pull up, pound him up real quick, and it looked like that.
I think that's what I think. Like, you see him walk up, he was confused, but he was holding out his arms, and then Will did that weird shuffle, like.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Like
this is not Wild Wild West. What are you doing?
Right.
About Wild Wild West.
Walk up like he was fucking jealous. Both hands on hips.
Wild Wild West.
You know, like what?
Wild West.
Let's go. Where are you when we need you? Nah, but you know what it is? It's like he had to sit there, right? And they were making jokes on her all show from other people. You know, so he's sitting there eating it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, that's crazy. He's really eating all these jokes. Wonder how August feels about this. And then next thing you know, Chris Rock said some shit. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. But it wasn't as crazy as the other shit. So I'm like, yep, well, so we gotta eat that too. Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do.
It's a Mary Jane joke.
G.I. Jane.
G.I. Jane joke. I mean, yeah. G.I. Jane 2. When is it coming?
I feel like a Mary Jane joke would have went over better in that spot.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't have got smacked for that.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, he was definitely in his feelings though, bro. Like, shit was crazy. You know, that was meme for like a good couple days. Social media took that shit.
That was a whole couple weeks.
Right.
At work, and I'm hearing about this shit.
That shit wasn't going
They made
away.
a WrestleMania flyer with them faces on it. It was really good.
Yeah, that was. I don't know. I think that had to be the most memed thing this year, right?
Mm-hmm. Talked about it for weeks. He came out on the Red Table Talk and all the stuff, crying about it. Like, it was hilarious to me that he was crying about slapping somebody else.
And then he's sitting there, he's like, listen, I try to apologize, but the family ain't trying to reach out. Bro, they want a box. They're not trying to hear no apologies. They want a box.
They really do. Tony Rock talking hot. He ain't talking no spiritual, poetic, uplifting. My son Tony Rock is, where's this nigga at? Nigga, I know where Philly is. That's what Tony Rock time is on.
Nah, they said they didn't want no apologies. They want to shoot the 5. Like, that's it. They don't want to hear nothing. And I agree. You smack me on national TV. Expect to hear from my cousins in like 24 to 48 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like I need that 5 immediately. You know what the crazy part about this is? There was so much history between those two people. Let me show y'all. Let me give y'all a quick Aaron Sands story time real quick, right?
Story time with Aaron Sands. I gotta do it since Ken not here.
Let's see. This is why. All right. So one night, right? It was like about maybe like a month ago. Matter of fact, no, not even a month ago. It was about maybe like 3 months ago. So I'm in the crib, right? I'm smoking or whatever, chilling, you know what I'm saying? Long day. I turn on Pluto, right? To be her. Showtime at the Apollo comes on, right? And it's like early 90s. Showtime at the Apollo. Probably got like Sinbad in there, as a host. Things like that. One of the guest performing artists, right, for that day was Jazzy Jeff, Fresh Prince. And Will Smith put on a whole fucking show at the Apollo. Like, he did his shit. I was like, I didn't even know he'd get it in that crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, outside
old MCs, they know how to rock a show, even if they songs. Man, tell me.
Shit. But immediately after that, a guy come on, do his comedy skit. Young budding, comedian named Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, went up there, did his skit for about 5 minutes, and I didn't realize this because it's post slap. I'm like, yo, they really performed at Apollo, same episode, same show, back to back from each other, because he came on after. Chris Rock came on after Will did. So to see that, right, I'm like, yo, that's crazy. They shared the same stage like that.
Wow.
And then just for him just to smack him over a chick, and she didn't even really ask for that shit.
Facts.
They both was also on Fresh Prince too, so
yeah.
So it's crazy. It's funny how life and time work. You know what I'm saying? Behind shit like that,
I mean, apparently they had a decent relationship before excluding all of this.
Yeah, you just can't mention that man's wife, man.
I really think he was needling, making little snide jokes, but thinking they nothing. Then he jumped up on stage and made more snide jokes, and homie just lost his cool because he thought she lost her cool. Like, you want to anticipate your woman's needs.
Basically.
But I'm leaving her needs alone.
Yeah, because her needs ain't nothing in that house, B. That shit, for her needs, she probably gonna need.
Why I heard that she bite back and she said she didn't need him to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro.
Even right, look. Hear me out with this. Even if I was low key out of line, you as my wife, you can't say
have his back.
It was a lot, but I thank him for defending me. Like, he was trying to defend my honor. I understand it was too much. He was trying to defend my honor. Like, I still respect my husband for doing it, because now I know my husband will rip somebody's jaw off his line if anybody try to hurt me. No, it was, he didn't have to do that for me. I can defend myself because I'm an independent woman. You're not an independent woman, all right? Jada Pinkett Smith, you are not an independent woman. You are not Beyonce, Michelle, and or Kelly. It's not you, babes. You got with this man and said, all right, I'm not doing no more movies for a while, and just stopped. You are not independent. The man called you up and said, I'm about to marry you. You said, nah. He popped up and married you. You just went with him. You left your farm.
Not that she had like a whole farm. Nobody was really like, the best role she had at that time was Set It Off.
Right.
After that, it was Low Down Dirty Shame. And
Right.
then niggas didn't want to sit through like Jacob's Ladder because that shit took too long.
And I'm not hating. Jason Lyric, she was great.
Jason Lyric,
I'm not
was great.
hating nothing. What I'm trying to say is, you could have had that man back
At
That's a
least.
fact.
because you know he did it out of a good place for you. Did he do wrong? Yes, because he was not in leadership of his emotions at a time where he needed to be in leadership of his emotions. Not saying he should have been slapping them, right? He shouldn't have been slapping niggas. If I was Chris Rock, I don't know if I could have held my composure because you're not just going to walk up and slap me and then turn around and walk away when I'm in front of literally millions. I know this has to eat up Chris Rock. Chris Rock
My
wakes up
family
thinking
watching.
about.
I said this shit earlier today. My family watching.
So
Ain't no way. And then I gotta go back and face them.
And I got to keep doing the show.
Yeah, it's live. Like you gotta keep going. Like,
basically,
They need, first of all, they need to give him a bonus in whatever check they're giving him. But second of all, I don't think I could have been that guy. He would have turned to walk away, and I would have been trying to do exactly what Chris did, try to keep my composure and just continue. But I would have seen him walk away and just go casually back to his seat. The minute he would have got to his seat, I'm jumping over the fucking podium. I'm big splashing this motherfucker. I'm going through the table, and we're at it. Because I can't, you can't just do that to me.
yeah, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
And then I would have got back up and tried to host the show. They would have probably tried to arrest me.
And that's and not only worse, you're doing it in front of millions where it's going to be on repeated loop for at least the rest of the year. And it's March. Like
March. Right. Because if it was November, the year kind of clicks over and it kind of gets left in 2023 too.
Yeah, you got to ride this shit through the summer.
And they did.
But the good news about it's not all bad news because Chris Rock actually is coming out with a Netflix special. Actually, the first Netflix live streaming special.
facts.
Yeah, and he's actually doing this. I think the week or the night before the 2023 Oscars, where he's going to discuss the 2022 Oscars, like in full detail.
That's interesting, bro.
So that's going to be interesting. Chris Rock said, like, for him to discuss that, Netflix will have to pay him a really hefty bag for him to do it. And hey, look,
Netflix said, "Oh, that's all. That's
like just a bag. Shit.
Give me a couple months. We got you."
Exactly. Took off,
and they pulled up a couple months later. This guy's, we're going to do this Netflix special. Like I hear the commercials, like his voice be annoying the shit out of me.
Fast. They gonna do that shit. I think the week or the night before this year's Oscar.
Wow.
Crazy.
Damn, yo.
So, yeah, that's a big bag. But you know, the best way to sit there, the best revenge is sticking to your paper. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for any of us to sit there and be like, nah, we ain't gonna keep our composure. And chances are we won't, because I damn sure wouldn't. I spoke about that earlier. You smacking me, listen, 24 to 48 hours, your career will be the least of your problems.
But it won't even matter that you can't come back to the Oscars for 10 years because
you might not come
you
back.
won't be coming back to life.
Worry about no damn Oscars. Life is on the
need
line.
you to worry about coming from this coma.
Exactly. What we got next, Roddy?
Number 2. Damn, we almost done stuff. Nick Cannon welcomes his 12th child. Nick Cannon has 12 kids.
Yo, we sponsoring the sponsors for this countdown for each topic is for Nick Cannon.
Shit.
Each of them.
Yo.
Ain't no fucking way, bro. Mad fucking kids.
Yes, 12.
He already admitted
6 of the kids have the same birth year.
Yeah.
I think one of those kids' names is Zillion. I think after like the 5th or 6th kid, you start to run out of names and shit.
Oh yeah, his name, and I've seen some of the names. His naming schemes are like horrendous. Hold on. Like,
But
no.
one thing that
just throwing names at them now. Halo, like
Halo's the one, right?
Halo Mercury or some shit.
Right.
Onyx Ice. That's the one with the black girl.
That's only because he copped like a black chain and shit like that, like 3 days prior.
And everybody
Right.
was congratulating about the black girl getting pregnant one. Remember that? That was big.
Well,
That was big that he impregnated a black woman.
Yeah, because he kept messing with the Wild 'N Out models, and they were all like Hispanic, so they were starting to think like, oh, he don't like black women. You know how that shit go.
I mean, do he have a track record of even dealing with black women?
Ain't one of the baby moms black?
Yeah, that's what I was.
The one y'all just talked about.
Yeah.
But it almost seemed token. It's like having it's like a white person that has that black friend that he turns to and talk about.
He was like, well, my best friend's black. That's what
Mhm.
it is. My fifth baby mama black.
Right. And then, upsettingly enough, one of them, he lost one of them.
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
But that same girl got pregnant this year, the Abby girl thing.
Yeah, she got like 2
Right.
kids back.
He's trying to.
She winning. Well, not really, but yeah.
Honestly, at this point, I don't know if his income can split as much to make anybody be winning per se. It's just like being good. I don't think you get winning no more after the 5th family. I think everybody just gets to be good.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like you just get like a little bit.
But he did admit that he can't be there for every kid and is wearing thin his time. Well, duh.
Nigga,
Right.
The fuck?
Nigga, anybody could have told you this, bro. Like,
Well, nah,
you know Father Abraham?
A lot of these ladies was like, oh, well, he's making time for these kids. He's gonna make time for these kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these I am the table ladies was saying that, oh, he'll make time. You know what I'm saying? Because he has money. So he'll be able to fly around and make time and do all of that. That's not always true, especially if you're a guy like Nick Cannon, who's hosting like 8 shows, executive producing like another 30 shows. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
then he had a talk show for like all of like 2 months.
Yeah, I remember that too.
I think his talk show went away when he started talking like Kyrie's little post. We ain't gonna talk about that. He also apologized immediately.
Yeah, bro. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like he got like mad shit to do on top of the other shit, other businesses he has to run that's not TV related. It's like last I checked, this dude was still hosting Nickelodeon or some shit. But
VP.
he's a VP of like Teen Nick or some shit like that. So he's doing
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
So
you really
is
don't have time to play fucking catch with the baby.
Right.
So is he gonna have to combine birthdays and shit? Because I think in 1 month there was multiple kids and shit last year.
They got to do like a yearly outing. You know what I'm saying? Like where they all meet in
3 kids in 1 month and shit. I remember that.
Nah, they just gotta all fly out 1 year. It's all and they take like a group picture of him and all his kids. And it's like, hey, all my kids is lit. And they
I know that's not possible, but maybe he could get a big ass mansion and have everybody spend a few days. I don't know.
I wonder if he knows how many goddamn grandchildren he just made.
like 30. He's having one of those families like they had in the South back in the days where we came from later on.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
You got that one grandmother who had like about 13, 15 kids and shit.
Right.
And you got cousins that you don't know that you got until you pull up on them at the family reunion. And you thinking like, oh, that's your cousin's friend.
Mm-hmm.
So you trying to pull up, come to find out that's your cousin. Like, what the fuck?
That sounded personal, actually.
Nah, that happened to me. But I heard
like, there's just certain places I'm not going with the intention of trying to get some coochie. A family reunion.
No, because you gotta understand, like you could be at a family reunion and then you gotta ask questions, bro. Like, yo, who cousin's that?
Well, one thing I want to know.
If you at the family reunion, I'm not trying to fuck on you. Period. Like, you are the family of somebody here. Is the
basically. I never think about that.
You are not. You are somebody's girl.
I'm thinking about that too. Bro.
No, nobody's
nobody. There's not a bunch of single people pulling up to random family reunions.
No.
But you think about it though, isn't that's how Nick Cannon kids gonna be though? Cause there's like 30 of them grandkids, bro. Ain't no fucking way.
It's gonna be a lot. They're gonna have to keep a book. They gonna need DNA scanners before they have sex with you.
Nah, that ass.
My son is gonna be the new Genesis. Is God telling him to do something that we should be paying attention to?
What I want to know.
Him, Tiki Wyatt. Who else? Who else is on there? NBA YoungBoy, Future.
Future for sure, yeah.
The Future, I think, is on his 14th kid. I think he's the only person that's possibly passing Cannon.
That random angry guy.
And he used to be fucking like strippers and shit. That's it.
DMX passed him.
Strippers getting pregnant.
Yeah.
Huh?
DMX passed him.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That was a tough loss.
Oh yeah, he also had 1 million kids too.
Yeah, like 15, 16 kids.
17 at the time he died.
Shit. I forgot about that other one. Well, shout out to the one I forgot. My bad.
But it's crazy. Like, at the end of the day, like, you can't be there for every kid. You know, hopefully, I want to know if this is it. If he's done, if he finishes, it's done.
Nah, I thought I told you that he don't stop. He gonna keep trying to have these kids. You know what I'm saying? And then just do what he do from there. Like,
I promise y'all, know something that we don't know. So I'm letting y'all know if I pop out with a kid, you know, like I'm trying to get on track with them. They know something we don't know right now.
Listen, if you got like one kid, bro, compared to them, that's like rookie numbers. You gotta have like that's where you gotta pump them shits up. You gotta have like 4 kids by the end of 2023.
I can make that happen.
Like, you get 4 kids by the end of 2023, then you on par to hit like Nick Cannon numbers at least by like 2028.
Right, I gotta catch up.
You know,
you know who numbers I'm trying to hit? Remember that random dude from Tennessee got 33 kids?
Yo, facts. Them niggas
just angry. I'll take care of my kids. Like the more he yelling about it, the more I'm like, this nigga don't take care of
take care of them kids. What about number 17 to 25? You take care of them?
Right.
Do you even know your kid's full name and birthday?
Did you show up to number 6 through 9's dance recital?
Right. Are you gonna love number 29 when he turns out to be gay?
Exactly. Like, these are real issues. Does number 24 believe in abortion, or did you just tell him that?
Right.
Like, come on now. These are real issues. And
like this at a point where you're just doing too much. Like, you think you're running a dog kennel? Are you planning on selling these motherfuckers?
You cannot write these. You can't write these kids off on your taxes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, I got Zillion over here. Like, you know, he works for me, so tax write-off. Like, no, I don't think that's how it works. Like,
but my son got a medical condition, lupus. So it's like, how long does he really know?
Well,
can he go out there and work?
If you're talking about leaving a legacy, I understand, because lupus is a serious thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Kind of don't know when he's gonna be out of here.
Yeah. So he's like, I bet let me have as many kids as I can, so that way, when the time comes, you know what I'm saying? I have enough kids that could continue the Cannon name. You feel me?
Well, at this point, I think
I can understand that.
I think all the baby moms need to add each other so that they can stay in touch.
Right. I think they all need to get together and host a Wild 'N Out special. Cannon's kids.
They could rent out a freaking stadium or a freaking Chuck E. Cheese already for that. So.
Like, if everybody is on point, it could work out.
Yeah.
But Mariah's such a diva.
Well, as she should be. She made the greatest.
She's not going to want them kids around though. Her kids.
She probably not going to want the baby moms though, because the baby moms ain't on no Mariah level.
Ain't they kids like old enough where like they can make those decisions now though?
Yeah, I think their kids like 12 or some shit.
12 or something, right?
Yeah, they make decisions. Is this
if they want to come around, they come around.
Yeah, it's them new crop of kids. You got
Right. It's gonna be kind of the mix up.
Yeah, all them kids happen in the same year or two. So
This just sounded like you have a father that you have siblings that you never met, but you just don't know and shit. You never see them. That's what it sounds like.
I know all too personally. That's crazy.
Shout out
All
to
right.
Is Nick Cannon a Jamaican man?
Nah, they're from LA.
That's
I think
crazy.
he's American, bro.
Yeah, they're from LA.
It's crazy.
But he made a movie
You
in
say
Jamaica.
He's moving like a Caribbean nigga.
Nah, like a Jamaican father, 8 who drive cabs.
Right.
Like this.
8 kids, 6 baby mothers, somehow keeping it all together. Caribbean people be keeping it all together for their
Nah,
kids.
facts. With like 14 Kango hats, 3 pairs of clothes.
Right.
All right, y'all. So let's get to this number one most talked about news topic of the year. And now we're gonna talk about Ye.
Oh shit, Ye tweaking.
Kanye West.
Everything
too.
Kanye.
I was about to put an episode out just about him tweaking, and then he was tweaking more right before I recorded. And I'm like, nah, I ain't recording this shit. And then I lost my voice. I'm like, oh, this is a sign. I definitely shouldn't be recording this shit. So I did. But yeah, that nigga been tweaking all fucking year.
All year, my boy.
He is, and I will say this to anybody, the freest black man that has ever walked the United States of America, period, bar none. He is playing by nobody's rules at all, not even rules that probably would benefit him to be played by. And I love it. When have we ever seen a black man speak with this much freeness and impotence and just unimbued? You understand? Love it. This man said, I'm going to go DEFCON 3 on the Jews, and people were defending it because DEFCON 3 isn't actually a DEFCON. It's crazy. This man walked into Gap and had them really put all his clothes in garbage bags for sale. Like when they weren't on garbage bags, he got mad and made them put them in giant garbage bags.
Wow.
Have to scavenge for their clothes like the homeless. He's literally making billions of dollars, making people look and feel like clean homeless people. It is insane.
I never understood that.
And that's the crazy part about it, because like normally this wouldn't go down. You know what I'm saying? But because it's Ye, it's like it's okay.
We have never been here in human history. We are watching history.
Definitely watching history, y'all.
History. When we're talking about Mr. Kanye West, aka Ye, aka yeah. What did he call himself? Yadi? When he was Yandi?
Yeah.
AKA Jesus. This AKA Pablo. This man is crazy, y'all.
As soon as he made those anti-Semitic remarks, that billionaire status dropped quick. Everybody.
He also stands to make more money from that shit than ever before. Still, people are they are salivating at the mouth for the post Adidas Yeezys. I mean, salivating, and they will buy it. This man had CEOs of a major store line that's been around for like 50 years putting his clothes in garbage bags.
Oh my gosh. I gotta find that video.
And was telling them, if Adidas right now, if they got $530 million of Yeezys right now that they can't sell because they would still have to pay Kanye like 20%.
I thought that shit was like 15, but yeah.
Whoa.
That's still a lot of
20%. Yeah. But I thought oil stuff was I thought he took him off. They couldn't take him off all the times like that entirely.
Because his contracts don't work like that.
Oh yeah, it's contracted, right?
And then he put out all these major people's names on Twitter and Instagram.
My son
Anybody
went
who pissed them off, he put. Imagine you piss somebody off and you look up in your picture and your job description is on their fucking Instagram.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about that shit too? He sent a lot of people like that was in his friends, like Kim, Jay, Travis Scott, all them guys. He sent them in a group text and he's like, yo, I'm richer than all y'all niggas put together. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that part was like the warning.
He's richer than Jay-Z.
After that, it went left. You know what I'm saying? He exposing like when Kim, like when him and Kim Kardashian broke up. He's sitting there exposing everything on that too, talking about, oh, by the way, this the guy that I caught, you know, coming out of Kim's crib one night. And it was it was a picture of Chris Paul. I'm like, wait a minute, like what?
That's wild. 100%.
He's obsessive. Shit.
But I'm also like, yo, Kanye, you can't do that. That's the mother of your kids, one. And two, nigga, she was a hoe when you got her.
Exactly.
Her. Like, let her. If you don't let her live her truth, now you're just keeping somebody from being who they are at this point.
But you
let
see,
this woman live.
That's the problem right there, though. When you treat somebody like a celebrity, they'll treat you like a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though Kanye was the guy that he was, he still saw Kim K as a celebrity.
Right.
You know like he was still like he was a fan of the tape. You know what I'm saying? Like, and granted,
which is crazy.
He was a fan.
I've never watched the sex tape and said, "I see my wife." This is
and then got her, and then got mad that she was the same girl on the tape.
Right. If you gonna love her, you gotta love her for who she is. This is all of this is possibilities.
Exactly. You know, Shorty was on the tape. You know, people were sitting there clapping her up. You know,
and literally anybody. It don't really matter. Pete Davidson,
bro.
That's who I never.
Davidson, motherfucker must be he must be the funniest motherfucker on earth,
bro.
It's because I know you could joke your way into some coochie, but some of the coochie he's joked his way into. It's like, just like they had better options.
I never understood that shit sometimes. I'm just like,
and that's the crazy part. You want to get mad and call him Skeet, bro? Yeah, he's skeeting in your bitch. Like,
yeah, right?
He's skeeting in your bitch. Like,
definitely, boy.
Yeah, call that nigga Skeet. Go ahead, Skeet right at your shorty.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
on the booty you bought her,
exactly.
On the clothes you picked out for her.
You taught her, remember?
And the fact that
shit,
nigga said Yeezy taught you well.
Listen,
taught you well.
Listen, let us be able to play music on this shit again. That would have been a song. That would have been out. That would have been an outro right there.
But
who reposted your pussy? He reposted my pussy. Like what?
But he had to pay Kim K like $200K per month.
Per month.
That's just a lot, bro.
He became the person he was talking about in Gold Digger. That was him.
He really did.
I'm like, yo, how the hell you put out a song called Gold Digger? Now you, oh wow.
How you put a you on you?
Basically pulling you on you, yeah.
And now you,
and that woman don't even need the money. She got her own.
No. Definitely don't need the money.
I don't even understand that. In fact, he just lost like $700 million. Like, how is this even fair? She didn't. She's still a billionaire. How is this even fair?
It didn't make sense. That never made sense, bro. That whole child support shit.
Yeah, that's
like she got her own bread, like.
But you know what happens though, and I'm gonna tell you how the shit breaks down too. And Ivan, you might know a little bit about this as well. But I'll tell you how the shit breaks down. Every state they get at least like I think anywhere between 1 to 5% on every child support case. Like every child support transaction, the states receive that. Like Texas, I think their goes as high as about 8%. Per every payment for child support. So if you're paying child support for a shorty and you paying her like about like what $350-$400 a month, right? The state getting about 8% of that every month. So that's why this like certain states, especially like something like California, Texas, like really large states, like they're really big on child support enforcement. You know, so it varies in certain states, but when you got states like California, yeah, you're gonna get hit up like pretty majorly when it comes down to child support, when it comes down to alimony, when it comes down to a lot of those situations where you're dealing with a lady. That's why I tell people like you got to be real careful and be really sure of who you fucking around with, because you know $200,000, that's a big thing for like people in their bracket, but that's easily could be like a $2,000 for us a month for some kids,
Right.
especially if the baby mom's on some bullshit. So
Right.
that is not the sweetest taboo at all.
The sweetest taboo. You're in
All
rare
right.
form.
Hmm?
I say you're in rare form.
Hey, listen, I got back recording today. I'm like, listen, this is the second recording I did today. So
All right, we gotta move on, y'all. We spent too much time on this, but that was the top news topics of this 2022 year.
all right. Before we get into the next set of topics, we do want to give take this time to wish RIP to those we lost this year in 2022.
Shit.
Among the names, PNB Rock, as you may know, lost him out there, and in September, it's fatally shot at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Kirstie Alley
Mhm.
lost her. I think it was like November, early December. It was in November.
Yeah.
Louis Anderson
Oh yeah.
passed away. RIP to him. Life with Louis. He was also a Family Feud host too.
Oh yeah, remember that.
Yep,
He had a cartoon.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, he
Life
did.
with Louis.
Yeah, he did. He did. Also.
Here's a recent one. Twitch, from the Ellen DeGeneres show. He recently passed away, committed suicide and everything. We never saw that one coming.
Mm-mm.
Tracy Braxton, right? That
Right.
happened in March. What else we got? Pat Carroll, who was the voice of Ursula in The Little Mermaid. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Carter, he passed away too. Now
Yeah.
I remember seeing Aaron Carter doing like celebrity boxing. He got knocked out by like Lamar Odom. That was crazy. Jason,
That's
Jason.
not what you want to bring up when we doing this in memorandum.
Oh, I'm
Nah,
sorry.
don't do that.
Yo,
Let's keep reading.
bro, I did not want to laugh.
Nah.
Aaron's party though, that was a good one. You know what I'm saying?
No.
GJK Slay, he passed away. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was tough.
That was tough.
The Drama
Coolio,
King.
right?
Freaking Coolio.
Coolio passed
Never
away.
guess we would have lost Coolio and the Drama King in the same year.
That was wild. Jason Frank Green, who was Jason Frank. Well, he was a Green Ranger. So shout out to that. It was one of like probably the most known Power Ranger in
Of
history.
all time. Right. I don't think I know any of the other Power Rangers by their first name, let alone all three of their names.
Exactly. Like I know the Red Ranger, he got caught up on some welfare fraud shit. So
Yeah.
shout out to him for that. Queen Elizabeth passed away. That was unfortunate. You know what I'm saying?
That was big. That was crazy for people who like, queens and monarchy.
Gilbert Gottfried passed away.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I forgot we lost Gilbert Gottfried this year.
Kevin Conroy, he played the voice of Batman in the animated series. He passed away this year. There's some other people here. I'm not gonna go through like the whole list. I'll pull
Bob
up.
Saget.
Bob Saget did die this year.
Bob freaking Saget.
Yeah.
Barbara Walters. We found that out. Hey.
Barbara Walters passed away. We found it out before we went live tonight. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Barbara Walters. This is 2020. Said that in 2020, and that's why 2020 was 2020. Scott Hall, the bad guy. We lost him this year. Sidney Poitier,
Lost a legend with Sidney Poitier.
facts.
Yeah, man. And the guy Leslie Jordan.
Yes, Leslie Jordan, a little funny guy, you know what I'm saying? He passed away this year. Bob McGrath, he was one of the original humans on Sesame Street, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of history there. And Roger Mosley, he passed away. This is older, he passed away on the 7th. He was on like Magnum PI, Love Boat, a lot of the 70s shows, Olivia Newton-John, she passed away.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting some news now. This was recently, but oh wow, Pele died this past week, like a couple days ago.
Pele.
Yeah, soccer player.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was
didn't even catch that one.
Yeah, he was dealing with like colon cancer like for most of the year, so it was a tough loss. And Irene Cara, who was Sprinkle.
And Fame.
Oh yeah, and Fame, yes. But yeah. Oh, and Jesse Powell, he passed away this year too.
Oh yeah,
Jesse Powell.
Baby, it's you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I was on
and now me singing off key is forever put into a memorandum. I don't like the things that this show makes.
So rest in peace to everybody we lost. Rest in peace to everybody we lost in 2022.
And never underestimate Aaron's party. You know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace to my auntie Diane. Just lost that too.
Yep. Sending prayers and condolences over to your side, bro.
I had a cousin that I lost last week. I never knew him, but it was my father's nephew. Metric. Rest in peace to you, bro.
Definitely. I have no really like tough losses. Too crazy, thank God. So, but sending out condolences to all the loved ones that we lost this year. You know what I'm saying? It was a tough one.
It was a tough one.
Continue to live on for you guys. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
We gotta move on. Mally,
you got your list. What's going on?
All right. So we're going through the list of the 10 best songs of the year that came out this year. So just so y'all not fussing in the comments too bad, because I know you're gonna fuss in the comments anyway. What we're doing with this list is a combination of all factors, including listen to ability, popularity. This ain't the list for the purists. So if you're looking for that, this just ain't the place for that. Have a little fun, loosen up, smoke a blunt, whatever, and let's get into the top 10 of 2022. So there's a lot of good choices and stuff like that. My number 10 spot. This is going to be a little bit of a surprise. Number 10 spot. We got Munch by Ice Spice.
What?
It was very popular. We seen the numbers it did. Remember, we looked it up.
Yo, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Recite the second verse.
I will not. There's no need to do that.
You will not, or you?
That song, I will not. That song is all chorus, and we know it.
Chorus, bro.
How is that in the top 10 of songs when the only part of the song is the chorus? The beat's not even fire.
Hey, it was popular.
Listen, these kids love doing the little drill dancing. I forgot what. See, I'm old now, so I don't remember the name of it. But
I'm crying.
In sturdy, that's what.
Yeah, sturdy, bro.
They like it. The girl got a pretty face. They put her on stages way before she was ready.
Nah,
but I like the song.
Bro, I've seen her perform at clubs. There is no stage presence. She just do one of these and then twerk a little bit. She took that shit to Houston, and nobody was feeling that shit, bro. I'm like, you gonna do a little twerk in Houston, bro? They got strippers that look better than you, bro. Like, ain't no fucking way.
In the number 9 spot. Have a favorite of mine, Wasting Time, Brent Faiyaz and Drake.
Yeah,
Gotta love
boy.
our toxicness coming back. Toxic
That was
Kings,
the-
we're up again. Do
that
you
was the-
understand the lyrics of this song, y'all? Homie said, if you're ready to waste your time, you might as well waste your
Waste this
time with
time
me.
with me.
Hey,
I'm gonna
listen.
tell you, he basically telling you, I'm gonna tell you all the deepest things. This is gonna feel like a relationship, but it is 100% not. I'm out immediately after we fuck. Yo, this nigga's wild.
This is wild, boy.
Hey, listen. Which one are you doing? String you along? Like, come on.
He said, I am gonna string you along,
Yeah, like.
but I'm being really upfront about it. Gotta love it. Ain't no better song. In the number 8 spot, we're gonna go with
I know.
by Drake. So Drake 2 spots in a row. I think this list is getting a little metrosexual.
Music sexual.
But this is another one of the big tracks that came out this year. We're gonna get into some of my more favorite tracks too. Right now we got Players in the number 7 spot, Coil Ray.
That shit heating up the streets right now. Boy.
Yo, Fun Flex broke that shit. I'm like, yo, it's gonna be a banger.
Listen, anytime you sample the message, I don't think anybody who sampled the message has had a bad song. Right? Shout out to Diddy and Mace.
Facts.
All right. In the number 6 spot, we got Tomorrow too. That's Glorilla and Cardi B. Glorilla makes me laugh because all of her choruses are really, really direct.
Nah, facts. Yo, she wild as shit. I heard her talking about how she like when a nigga be nutting on like food products so she can eat it.
Wow. That's a lot.
Bro, I heard that shit, bro. There's a whole video talking about that shit. I was like, wait a damn minute. Shaq talking about, oh, I want to marry her. I'm like, yo, y'all wild. What is this your
This nigga said, I want to marry her. Oh my God. What do you have aspirations for? Nigga, is this on your secret list?
I'm like, Shaq, you sponsor like every product known to man right now. And you talking about like, yo, Glorilla, I want some of that. Like, that's me right there. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This boy is weird.
Like 2023 going, it's gonna be an interesting one.
It'll be an interesting one. I can sell.
Shit.
I be smoking weed. Like she sounds so weird. Like she bad southern. All right. In the number 5 spot, we're gonna go with "Cuff It" by Beyonce. This one was one of those ones that TikTok kind of let you know was kind of fun to listen.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Like I'm still gonna be on this point. And my girl probably gonna be mad because she's a big Beyonce fan. I don't give a shit. She's overrated as fuck, bro. But I'm real tired.
Yeah, nobody's disagreeing with that.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I just
what you thought I was gonna argue against that?
Yeah, no. I thought I was gonna get a debate real quick. You feel me? Like I'm like, wait a minute.
No, not at all.
Nah. Go ahead, bro.
One of my biggest things is that I hate when TikTok, right? Like have songs and then they tell you, oh no, you should like these songs, and niggas like it, and then don't hear the second verse of that song.
They don't even be hearing past the chorus or their little spot, but it works. It's like needles in your head a little bit. Like you can tell I be on my TikTok.
I'm like, bro, you know that shit trash after verse 1. You're like, what the fuck? What are we doing? But I heard stuff is just kind of hype though. I ain't gonna hold you. She gonna do some shit like that on the wedding. It's gonna be great.
In the number was 5, right? In the number 4 spot. In the number 4 spot, we're gonna put City of God. 5 Year Foreign, Kanye West, Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys loves singing about New York.
Like, she loves
every opportunity she does. Like, hey, we singing. Is it about New York? Yes.
I'm with it.
You don't even gotta pay. You want me to play piano?
Bad. She be with it early.
Like she comes out with like New York anthems like once every 2 years, hoping that the Yankees make the World Series.
Right.
I wouldn't say 2 years, but
like once every 2-3 years, she come out with like a new New York.
It's often enough, bro. It's definitely like at least her 3rd or 4th one.
Yeah, I believe so.
She's gonna be known for that shit. If she ain't gonna be known for like her R&B shit, she's gonna be known for coming up with New York anthems.
Right.
She really loves her.
And that's a true legacy right there. Let's go, Alicia Keys.
That's it.
Hey, she rep New York, Jay rep Brooklyn, Biggie rep Brooklyn. Come on.
You know, little mama left Brooklyn too. You know what I'm saying? She got up on that stage, you know.
Oh, damn, he go there.
Hit the moves, you feel me?
In the number 3 spot, Wait For You, Future, and Drake. And Thames.
That's a whole fact. That's one of my
Song that brought us Thames to the world cannot be underrated.
No.
Like Thames, she was out already, but like we didn't have Thames. Now we have Thames, our beautiful little chocolate drop princess queen.
It's amazing. Simply amazing.
Oh my God, I can't be talking like this. Oh my God, the thirst is real. I need a Sprite right now.
I got some Patron, but I'm gonna save that from my pack it up section.
Okay. In the number 2 spot, I just want to rock Lil Uzi. Song is Infectious.
Facts.
Infectious. I watched the video. My son, Lil Uzi is my favorite. Okay, that's a big step. I almost wilded out just there, jumped off the
Yeah, like,
I like Lil Uzi.
what?
I almost said rapper. We're not doing that.
That's a
I like what he
stretch.
did. He in the video, he not doing the camera from an angle that make him look tall like Bobby Valentino did.
Yeah.
My son is just looking his size, and my son is so fast with that shit. Like the whole video made me want to dance and do drugs. It was a great experience. It's fun.
I gotta check that out myself, though.
I ain't gonna hold you. I seen that shit. And I never was like the type, right? To do like a line of coke and then go turn up at like somebody's rave or party. That shit makes me might want to reconsider.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like dumb fast and it turned the full fuck up. Like go with I ain't even gonna say the word I don't get there. I was gonna say the R word. Go full. You know what I'm saying?
No.
No? Yeah, I ain't going. No.
What? Let's move on, bro.
I'm confused. Your help. And in the number 1 spot, Song of the Year for 2022, At Me, Don't At Me, It's Whatever. No, At Me, right? Because if you tell me a song that was bigger than this song in 2022, that's absolute song of the summer, Burna Boy, Last.
Yes, that song was everywhere, boy.
Yeah, I can't even debate that. I thought I was going to
couldn't escape it.
You got no debate out of me on that one.
Couldn't escape that song.
Mm-hmm.
Could not get away from it. Period.
No matter where I was.
And shout out to him for bringing for getting Tony Braxton a check.
Yeah.
Well timed, well placed check, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Right. Love Tony Braxton. I want Tony Braxton to get checks and not just from bad reality TV.
Mm-hmm. I'm not from the network shit. But here's the thing. I've came across an article from the New York Times, and they were talking about Kendrick Lamar was the most influential rapper of this generation. I want to know what y'all thoughts behind that statement that New York Times put out for that.
My thoughts are quite simple. Jermaine, go.
Over Kendrick, though?
Yes.
So,
and it ain't even close.
So let me get this right. Would you put the off-season album, whole body of work, over Kendrick album?
Would I put the off-season over Mr. Morrow?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Morrow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's wild. He's smoking crack. Okay.
Wow.
Crack. I'm sorry.
Have you heard the off-season?
I've heard both, back to back.
I did too.
And I purposely did it for this conversation because I knew it was going to be a conversation. And it's a conversation that had to be had. And I'm willing to have it right here. I played both back to back yesterday. And I'm like, okay. The whole vibe out and everything. I'm like, bro, not only if we're talking about a generation, to be fair, Mr. Morale was a better album. Not by a lot, by a little bit. But if you're
It
talking
must be
about
the drugs. But continue.
huh?
So it must be the drugs. But continue.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's spring, man. That shit is crazy. That spring water. Let me tell you, that shit is different up here in Poughkeepsie. Nah. But if you're talking about like a whole generation, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can see you. I can see why you would say Cole, and I understand it. There's two other artists that I would have over him though. One clearly is Kendrick. Over the course of the 10 years, he's put out consistently up to par work where it's damn near critically acclaimed. Not only critically acclaimed, but like critically acclaimed on a high level of like Smithsonian type of experience. You know what I'm saying? Not to say
And J. Cole was not?
not according to Smithsonian. The hell?
Nick.
Not to say the work was mid. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Forest Hills Drive was mid. I'm not going there. But Kendrick's work is being regarded at a higher level than Cole's right now. Hell, I'll even do you one better, and this one's going to sting a little. You ready for me?
yeah, we ready for this.
Drake's work right now is getting highly regarded than J. Cole's. A lot of niggas out there saying Drake is the best rapper.
All right, I'm leaving this
in
chat.
Generation.
I'm leaving this chat.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
When it comes to pure storytelling, pure seriousness, the ability to weave tales, the ability to maneuver flows. Thing is, and I don't want anybody to think I don't like Drake as a rapper. I do. Like, he really does his thing in a lot of different ways, but he don't have shit on the dexterity and depth of a J. Cole.
And look, and I understand, and I could agree with that on that end. Like skill-wise, yeah, Cole over Drake. But when you're talking about reach towards the masses, I don't know. Like I feel like people will pop up more to a Drake show than a Cole show. Bro, it's Drake. Like everything
on drugs. Cole been commanding his own career for the last umpteen years, just walking around being J. Cole.
And there's nothing wrong with listen. I'm not taking that away from J. Cole, like where he could move around.
What I'm saying is there's a comparability there. There's comparability there. Like Cole and Drake, they can be in the same rooms. The thing is, Cole don't make the same music Drake does. Drake makes music purposely to be popular. Cole makes good music hoping that it will get popular.
That's true. You know what I'm saying? And like I said,
and it breaks the zeitgeist from time to time.
Like, all right. So real quick. Talking about off season, right? Let's put off season. I'm not even going to do off season against Honestly Nevermind because I thought Honestly Nevermind was like mid.
yeah.
So we'll go with like his last shit with 21, Her Loss.
Right.
Side to side. What's your thoughts?
Off season versus Her Loss?
Yes.
Side to side?
Side to side.
There's no comparison. First of all, it's two different types of albums. That's not a fair comparison. But second of all, if you take away the things that make them different and watch the things that would keep them the same, like beat selection, topic selection, depth, dexterity, wealth of lyrical combos, things like that. J. Cole swept them both. And I like them both.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, 21 Savage, I want him to talk about more things, but I like his little flow, everything, but the flows that Cole was pulling out on off season. I could listen to that album and float away, bro. Are you kidding me?
To be fair, not like I said, to be fair, I could literally do that immediately after this pod, put an L in the air, and then put on Call of Duty and then be lit.
That's crazy.
I honestly, and it's the thing. Like, I don't want to take nothing away from Cole and his ability, because yeah, that's like a top 3 rapper out right now. You know what I'm saying? And I will say they're tied for like number 2 between Kendrick and Cole. You could take and replace one depending on the day. You know what I'm saying?
I want to go next.
Roddy, what you got?
All right, so how I feel about this. Kendrick is nice, but I have to agree with Mally on J. Cole for this one. His wordsmith and his ability to storytell is definitely top tier, more than Kendrick. He seems more like he can rhyme and stuff. Kendrick is nice, but he's more of a performer type wise to me. I get that vibe from him. But Drake is so versatile. I can't even put him in the generation because he just makes different types of albums all the time. Like he put out that album this year, Honest Nevermind, and then he put up this rap album with 21 Savage. Who knows what he's gonna do in this new year?
That's the thing. And I feel like when you're talking about leading a generation, I feel like in order for you to lead a generation, you gotta have to reach for the generation. You know what I'm saying? And as much skilled as J. Cole is, and as much as performative as Kendrick is, none of them both have the reach that Drake got. Is he a music sexual? Yeah, of course. You heard that Honest Nevermind album. Complete this change that shit to Drake the music sexual and then just put that shit out. You feel me? But when you're talking about the reach of like this group of kids, this generation, yeah, bro. Drake, Lil Baby, and who was it? There's another young dude out here. Fuck, I forgot his name. I'll get to it.
They really comparing Lil Baby to Tupac.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Oh, and Gunna. Yeah. So you got Drake, Lil Baby, Gunna, right? These three acts got this generation's ear like crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, even though we got skilled and performative artists that are 10 times better than Drake, yeah, Drake might have the generation's ear right now. And it's weird. It sounds weird, especially when you're having conversations about Lil Baby being compared to Tupac, but it's not that far out of the possibility.
It's like
they said they compared him to Drake. Tupac. That's crazy.
It's wild. And like, you don't even have a body of work that would lean you towards that. People who compare Lil Baby to Tupac haven't heard Tupac.
Not facts. As a matter of fact, this new crop of kids that's coming up now, they're being born. They were born like after the whole Biggie and Tupac situation. Like they were born when
you can't trust somebody born in 2021. 2001. You can't trust somebody born in 2001. They don't know nothing. They don't know nothing.
Yeah, they listening to NBA Youngboy. Shit like that. They say that's high. All right, so we're getting into the final section of the podcast right quick. And you already know what it is. We've been waiting a whole year for this situation. It's about to get crazy. We're talking about this right here. Pack it the fuck up section. Got a list. I made a list over the course of the year, especially during like my King Talk days. I made a list of people who could get packed the fuck up and left in 2022, like Kevin McAllister and Home Alone. All right, let's fuck around, just leave him here. Fuck it. All right, start from the bottom, work my way up. First person, Diddy and his new single. He kept doing the whole fucking most, trying to treat what's her face like it's shorty doo-wop or whatever, bro. That's a side chick. Just say so. Just say it. Yeah, like just say that. All right, you get it. You just smashing. You were smashing this Asian chick. Now you got a kid, and then you put out that mediocre, mid-ass, whack-ass single over there. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody was checking for that shit except for Roddy. All right, pack that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Second person on the list, Sweetie, bro. Talk about flop. All right, I never want to hear somebody say, "Oh, niggas is mad because women's rap is taking over the game, bro." Ain't no way you got 2 million followers and only sold about 15, 20K. Ain't no way, bro. You can't tell me that. You can't do shit like that and then tell me, oh, women's rap got the whole game on lock. There's really only 3 women artists right now that's really killing the game. You got Nicki, Lotto with that big energy shit, and Cardi still. And Cardi's kind of teetering right now because she's scared to drop that second album and fear that shit gonna flop. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Sweetie started off the trend for that shit for like artists, like especially like women artists not hitting those marks that they should, especially with the following they got. That shit ain't make no sense. Pack that shit the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I just got a text saying because it's gonna flop. Shit, it might. And I'm the only fan saying this. It might flop. That might be some shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially because of that first album was like so highly regarded. Next one on the list.
She did drop a second album already.
Nah.
Oh, she did it. Just singles.
She's been dropping singles and everything like that and features.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, with that, it's like, yeah, you're dropping singles, you're dropping features and everything like that, but you're not dropping no like large body of work. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. You're scared that shit ain't going to measure up as the first one. But you don't know if that shit going to measure up unless you drop that motherfucker.
Facts.
So we got that.
Let it go.
Yeah, Sweetie gotta let that shit go. She might as well just be like a model for like McDonald's or some shit.
Somebody said she better go ahead and get her CD out.
Hey, listen, better go ahead. Cause she was talking shit about truckers, bro. Talking about if they're not making the mill, you can't talk to her. But if you make a mill, then you can come back. I'm like, nah, bro, fuck out of here. You better go make a mill and shit because that music ain't hitting at all. Next, speaking of music, by the way, while I got y'all here, speaking of music that ain't hitting, that RSVP shit, that Money Everywhere shit, yeah, I heard all of them niggas sing at that verses, bro. They could pack that shit up as a collective, all of them, same time. Everybody get pack their little box, put their boxes in a big box, and pack that shit the fuck up out of here. That's it. Next up. And I hate to do this.
I'll be a better versus this year.
Man, I hope so. Trilla gonna stop playing before they get packed up at 2013, at 2023 too. 2013. That was a crazy ass year. I'm sounding like the next guy I gotta tell to pack up. Fucking Biden, bro. Gotta pack Biden up. You gotta go. Yo, tell me if this sentence makes sense. Listen, I understand we got the Ukraine got the war with Russia, but we gotta help them in order to make America a better place, in order to get our allies right. And that is why you guys gotta get vaccinated. Actual quote. Yeah, pack it the fuck up. That man's sleeping at the wheel. Trump get a chance to run again. I don't think Biden winning. I ain't gonna hold you. That might be it. So he might have to pack that shit up. Next people, that last two couples that gotta pack it up. Derek Jackson and his wife. Dumb niggas got packed up.
I think they packed it up. Finally.
They packed it up. They good?
Yeah. She done said we divorcing. She didn't stop talking about how the prayer warrior is gonna be on her and her armor of God with that silly ass beret. Like,
bro, she was wishing death on niggas, bro. She was talking, bro.
She was embarrassing God. God had secondhand embarrassment for that. He was like, all right.
She was saying like, men, let your nuts be like vagabonds of the Lord or some shit. Like, it was horrible, bro. It was a lie. She was going off. And all the while, right? All the while this shit going on, homie out here in Miami just chilling, linking up with IG models.
Right.
I'm like,
while making videos and even writing books about how niggas shouldn't chill with IG models when they got a wife and kids.
Team Jackson, what's happening? Listen, bro, that's the thing. Like, you over here making these videos and you at Art Basel pulling up the most accessible of places. You know what I'm saying?
My son made one of the videos outside of the damn. He made one of the videos outside of the damn side chick's house. Her house was in the background.
Yo, that man just got finished clapping something up, and he was like, yo, listen, Team Jackson, what's happening? Fellas, don't come out here and just give your girl half. You gotta give your girl your whole check. You're not a real man if you just give her half a check. You gotta give her all your check. If you don't give her all your check, you're not a real man. I'm like, bro, you just got fish clapping up some random chick and gave her all your check. Now your wife out here calling my nuts vagabonds. Like, how dare you?
Right.
Like, pack that whole
It's all about nuts vagabonds.
Like, how dare you? What are we talking about right now? And the last couple we have for the packet the fuck up section for 2020, motherfucking two. Krishan Rock and Blueface. God damn, y'all niggas got to pack it the fuck up.
I ain't never seen a couple go crackhead so fast.
I thought the Bobby Whitney transition was tough. This shit,
right?
It's like the accelerated version of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when you go to college. You know what I'm saying? You go to like one of the accelerated colleges where you got to do the whole course in like 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that whole shit went. Like, if 2020 was a couple, it'll be those niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be those two niggas, bro.
Definitely for sure.
First, I felt bad, right, for Krishan Rock because I'm like, bro, she used to be on Ultimate Tag. She won Ultimate Tag, and she was about to be on track and shit. She was looking like a bona fide baddie. You know what I'm saying? Before she lost her front tooth. And
not lost, took it out because she tattooed a picture of Blueface on it, and he told her he didn't like it.
Oh yeah, so he had to be like, yo, get that shit up out of there.
And she just did.
Because you know what I'm saying? Because when you lack the options that you think you have, it's like, I bet, maybe I gotta make this move real quick. Boop. You know what I'm saying? So she was looking like a whole snack, bro. And then I felt bad because next thing you know, she came across this dude and it fucked her whole shit up. You know what I'm saying? Fucked her whole fronts up. She gained like 50 pounds in like fucking alcohol weight. You know what I'm saying? It was looking crazy. Then I felt bad for Blueface because he was catching like a whole bunch of shit from the family. She be beating on him or whatever like that. I'm like, yo, damn, that's crazy, bro. See, man, we don't get no respect because shit like, you know what I'm saying? Shit like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then like 2 days later, I'm like, yo, you know what? Yeah, bro, both of them are ass, bro. Like, both of them are mid as fuck. Like, you don't like not you're at a point now where you're not known for your music or however lack thereof was at. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're now more known for wilding out with your shorty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And doing fuck shit. So yeah. And then people talking about like, oh, you should feel bad for both of them. Like, nah, that's the life they chose. You know what I'm saying? They both wanted fame more than their careers, and then that's how you landed there. So yeah, for them wanting to be trash as shit or express a Train Express version of Bobby and Whitney, yeah, y'all gotta pack that shit up and leave it in 2022.
Pack it all the way up. I don't want to care about her getting beat up no more. I don't want to hear about him getting beat up no more. Pack it all the way up. Pack it up like she packed up her figure.
We are fucking tired.
I said, fight your family members over there. You know, he fought her pops.
I think that's clean out.
Yeah.
I never want to be the pops that go trying to defend my daughter and get knocked out. Oh my God. You
got knocked out on Zeus, bro.
I gotta kill you.
I
have to take you off this planet because I can't go. If I ever go to try to defend my daughter and I get knocked out in front of her.
Bro, you got knocked out in front of her on the streaming app, bro. Which is
what my boy Charleston White said, shoot the motherfucker with the camera.
Hey, listen, that shit going on Zeus, which is going on Facebook. Me and Babies got finished watching some shit on Zeus like 3 hours ago. So yeah, that shit, bro, like that's gonna be all over. So you could imagine being that guy and going through shit. And the worst part about it was they started the shit. They pulled up on him.
Yo, that's crazy.
So yeah, they gotta pack it the fuck up. Leave it out here like that. What's your thoughts on the pack it the fuck up list for 2022?
I certainly agree on this shit. All of it.
All of it. Biden, Krishan, Blueface, get them out of here.
Yeah, you got
out of here.
Biden said we going to war to Ukraine because y'all not getting vaccinated fast enough. That shit. I'm like, yeah, you gotta go after that, bro. That's it. You fall
I
asleep.
can't win.
Nah, that's it. And that is what I call that for episode 1 of season 3 of the Premier Boys podcast. Definitely out here doing it. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, checking us out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You know, all of the streaming apps that we on. You catch us up here next week. You know what I'm saying? With more antics, more topics, and more craziness, really. But until then, you can follow me at Aaron Sansamir, link in the bio. King Talk Sands on Good Pods, link in the bio. King Talk Sands on Twitter. Link in the fucking description. You already know what it is. You already know what time we going at. King Talk next Friday. New topics. We're talking a whole bunch of shit on Friday. We're going to go from there, see what happens. But until then, it's Aaron Sands from here, baby. King Talk. Close it out, guys.
You already know. This your boy, the Star Roddy Rod. No, this is our recap of 2022. I hope you enjoyed. You can follow me at the Star Roddy Rod on Instagram. So check me out, keep me updated. Follow for the updates on me and everything I do. Got some new stuff coming for 2023. You just gotta stay tuned. Over and out.
And you already know what it is to close it out all the way right here. Long live the chief. They call me Malimal. Now that 2022 is over and everything that comes with it, we are back on track. The world's about to change real quick. So they call me Malimal on everything. All right? They call me Malimal. I'm not going to insult your intelligence by telling you how to spell they, call, or me, but Malimal, M-A-L-I-M-A-L. Long live the chief, be fruitful, be prosperous in this season. Habari Ghani, happy and joyous Kwanzaa. Celebrate the 7 principles, y'all. Peace.
All right, you already know what it is. 2023 is off to a great start. But remember, only you can control the outcome of what this year brings to you. And if you even make it to what's going to 2024. Wow, that's crazy. Doing way too much right now. All right, but in the meantime, hey, listen, to the meantime, we'll see you next week. It's your man Aaron Sands.
It's your boy, the Star Roddy Rod.
And we got the chief on deck. We'll see him next week. But until then, we up out of here.